Carl Black Chevrolet wants to send you and a friend to Nashville for a weekend getaway and tickets to see Whiskey Myers on Saturday, July 19th at Ascend Amphitheater. Log on to carlblack.com/win and enter for your chance to win 2 lawn seat tickets to see Whiskey Myers in Nashville. Round-trip airfare and 2 nights deluxe hotel accommodations at the Omni Hotel Nashville are included. Plus, Carl Black Chevrolet will also put $200 spending cash in your pocket. Log on to carlblack.com/win for your chance to grab Whiskey Myers prizes, including a pair of lawn seat tickets, spending cash, round-trip airfare, and deluxe hotel accommodations in Nashville. Carl Black Chevy Buick GMC Orlando is located at 11500 East Colonial Drive and online at carlblackorlando.com. Chevrolet, together, let's drive.
Here in Orlando, we know life doesn't slow down for anything, especially a broken garage door. Since 2002, Precision Garage Door has been proudly serving the Orlando community. Local and reliable, that's what makes us different. Our vans are fully stocked, so when you call, our fully vetted techs are ready to provide you with same-day service. Whether it's a stuck door or a snap spring, we got you covered right when you need it most. We know a broken garage door can't wait, which is why we're always prepared to help by keeping our vans fully stocked. Call Precision Garage Door today or visit us online to schedule your repair. Precision Garage Door. Garage doors done right.
Victim of a slip and fall? It takes one phone call to take back control of your life. Anajar and Levine will fight to get you the compensation you deserve. Call me, Mark Anajar, for a free consultation. 1-800-747-FREE. That's 1-800-747-3733.
In Office Orlando.
Looking to save some? Then contact Eustace Roofing. At their Memorial Day sale, you can save up to $2,000 on a full roof replacement now through May 31st. Ask for the premium roof package. Get a free estimate at eustaceroofing.com.
Future health, weight loss.
Ozempic, but in a pill? It's called oral semaglutide and is now available from Future Health. Ozempic, but without the painful injections. Go to futurehealth.com to get easy and affordable access to oral semaglutide, Ozempic, and Zepbound for only $3 a day. No insurance needed. Join those losing 10 pounds in their first month. Visit futurehealth.com, future without the E, to start losing weight this week.
Future health, weight loss.
Data based on independent study sponsored by Future Health. Future Health is not a healthcare services provider. Meds are prescribed at provider's discretion.
Why go to just another sports bar when you can go to Crushard? The food, amazing. The drinks, top shelf. Craft beers, a gajillion of them. And then the big surprise, pickleball, all indoor on pristine new courts. So that's it, right? Wrong, because we've also got ping pong, cornhole, and a full arcade for the kids. So, Kissimmee, when the temps rise, cool off with the best food, games, and fun at the hottest new spot in town. Visit Crushard.com and follow us on social for details. See you down at the yard.
Attorney Joe Cordell.
Divorce changes your life and your children's lives. Whether that change is good or bad depends to a great extent upon the attorney you choose. So interview more than one attorney and ask about experience, specifically trial experience. And oh, by the way, be sure to include Cordell & Cordell in those interviews.
Schedule an appointment with one of Cordell & Cordell's Orlando area attorneys. Joseph Cordell, licensed in Missouri and Illinois only. CordellCordell.com. Office in Orlando. Lisa Cargis, Florida resident partner. Announcer is not a licensed attorney.
Roundup dual-action products rock like a hardcore metal band. This stuff kills existing weeds down to the root, and for an encore, keeps them from coming back for up to 4 months. That's a non-stop 16-week tour of killing and preventing weeds in all the famous outdoor venues, the patio, the driveway, the mulch bed, even along the fence. When it comes to your hardscapes and landscapes, the stuff puts on a show. Roundup dual-action products kill and prevent weeds for up to 4 months. This stuff rocks. This stuff works. When used as directed, always read and follow pesticide label directions.
Are you worried about long-term injuries after an accident? I'm Orlando injury attorney Mo DeWitt. Before you settle, know your rights and know your options. Visit justcallmo.com. Let's make sure you're covered. Injured on the go? Just call Mo.
Live from the JustCallMo.com studios. Injured on the go? Just call Mo. From car accidents to personal injury cases, Mo has you covered. Visit JustCallMo.com or dial 1-800-CALL-MO. This is WTKS-FM HD1 Cocoa Beach, Orlando. An iHeartRadio station. Make us the #1 preset on your car radio and on the free, new and improved iHeartRadio app. Listen for all your music, radio, and podcasts. Free never sounded so good.
Real Radio has your chance to win $1,000. Just enter this nationwide keyword on our website. WIN. W-I-N. WIN. Enter it now on our website, realradio.fm. Good luck.
Someone's going to get offended. It's just the way the world works. So to hopefully save everyone a little time and or energy, here's this. The opinions that you hear are those of the host and callers, and not those of iHeartMedia, its management, or advertisers. The News Junkie is on. The three best friends you never knew you had, running through the most viral stories of the day. The News Junkie Sean Wasson with Sabrina and C-Lane.
It is Wednesday, May 7th, 2025. Lots to get to today. From Trump's big secret revealed to Pope Watch. 2025 begins in Vatican City, and people are freaking out over a big Netflix change. Plus your calls, dispatches, emails, texts, and more. Hey there, Sabrina.
Hello.
Hello, C-Lane.
What's happening?
And hello to you. You can join us on the show today. All you have to do is send us a dispatch. Go to thenewsjunkie.com. Hit record on your first dispatch today. You can also watch the show on YouTube and twitch.tv/thenewsjunkie. Your message is rolling right into the studio in real time. How's everybody doing on a Wednesday?
Good. How are you?
Good. Hanging in there. Got a lot to get to today. Very busy show. We'll see what happens at the airports with the real ID stuff. If some of you dummies were just dumb enough to dumb it up at the airports, because
I can't wait.
I saw, you know what the headlines today were? And I love this so much. It was like, after 20 years of delays, real ID finally goes into effect in the United States of America. And I go,
okay, but the first 15, nobody was on high alert.
20 years, though. Like, here's our idea, folks. We're going to do this. I'm not even sure how it makes anything better, by the way. I haven't seen like...
Well, you get a star, just like you did in elementary school.
So, like, do terrorists not have a star on their driver's licenses, and everybody who's not a terrorist does have a star?
They have a sad face on their license.
Because they made me a mistake. I got a star, too. They accidentally let me squeak in, despite my terrorist leanings. You know, they still gave me that real ID sticker.
Are you a Marine or a terrorist?
Don't worry about me. I'm sort of a chameleon. I can change from place to place and time to time. Right now, here we go. Let's put our ears to the ground, our fingers on the pulse. Let's see what's happened to this great, big, wide world of ours. And we go to the airport, friends. Yes, indeed. And Frontier Airlines having a problem, bit of a problem. The rumor has it here that this fight was all over some guy showing up, and then he didn't want to pay his $25 fee. There was like some fee that they had to pay.
This is first time hearing about Frontier?
I guess so. You've flown Frontier, right? What's the fee that they would pay?
I did it one time.
I think I have. It's one of those value airlines, right? So
yeah, but did either of you have to go, like, if you flew Frontier, did they go, well, we got that $25 fee?
At the airport, or I remember I had to pay extra for bags.
Mm-hmm.
And then I also did some sort of bidding war to move my seat up.
Yeah.
And so I put in like a auction style, and they accepted my bid, and I don't remember how much I paid.
Before flying? What the hell's this process?
Frontier, baby.
I know. I want to get on the plane.
Getting on the cruise ship model, which honestly is not a terrible idea, especially for some of those first class tickets.
I don't want this. I want to pay for a damn airline ticket, and I want to go to the airport, and I want to give them my bags, and I want to get on the plane. I don't want all this other stuff.
You book a Frontier flight, you should be prepared for that. If you're booking Frontier or Allegiant or what's the Spirit, any of those really popular low-cost airlines, you're paying for every little thing. But most of the time, when you're booking the ticket, you have the option to add the bag right there. It's not a vagary.
You know what those things feel like to me? All those airlines feel like in Vegas Vacation, where he goes to the real bummer casino, where it's like we could play war or guess what number I'm thinking of.
We went to that one, Sea-Line, didn't we? Or we could smoke inside.
Circus of airlines is what it feels like. And you walk in and they go, all right, we got this and we got this for you. This guy was apparently mad about something, but the ladies at the counter for the airline, Frontier Airlines, were not happy. They're filming him, both of them.
All right.
And he's filming them.
Ooh,
so everybody,
angles.
Do they still have
involved.
jobs?
I think so. We'll check in on the story, and let's listen in. We'll see who we think's on the right here. Here we go.
They made that flight. You did. And you think, you're going to check me in. I bet you we won't. pay? I paid for a ticket.
And you
I paid for a ticket.
For agent assist fee, and you checked it 3 hours later. Hello.
You didn't pay $25 for an agent assist fee, I think is what she may have said there.
This is new for me.
And you tried to check in late, he says. So yeah, that woman is from Frontier Airlines. She's recording him. So is her Frontier Airlines friend. And then he's recording them. Everybody thinks they're in the right. This is 2025, baby. Everybody thinks they're getting the W, and only one of them can possibly be right. I
said that I
get on your flight.
Yeah, I just said that I would pay the $25.
And you thought you were going to get on your flight. And you thought you were going to get on your flight. And you thought you were going to get on your flight. And you thought you were going to get on your flight.
That's one of the most annoying things ever. If you're like,
did he think he was going to get on his flight?
Repeating. And you thought you was going to get on your flight. And you thought you was going to get on your flight. And you thought it was like, okay. Are we at mush brain territory to the extent like we're 5-year-olds?
Yes.
I know you are, but what am I? And it's like, come on. I just wanted to fly on the plane today. And here's the deal. Is he late and is it cut off? If it is, piss off, dude. Get out of here. Or are they in the wrong? I don't know, but that's annoying what the lady from Frontier was just doing there.
She was being obnoxious.
For a ticket. I'm here 30 minutes. I'm here 30 minutes before my flight, and they're not letting me check in.
And you're not getting on your flight.
Because it's a policy. We don't control that.
And you will never fly.
You were about to let me check in.
Oh, she said you will never fly on Frontier again. So,
boom,
wait, airline employees.
Here goes.
Do you have the authority can you just do this? Because she goes, you'll never fly Frontier again. Can the Frontier Airlines employee go, bandless, this guy, enter, and then just
That'd be a
blast
hell of
you
a
off?
power if they could, Sean.
If they could, they should flex that more. They should be like, look, you might not want to screw with us too much. The cops will shoot you. We'll ban you.
She's got like a key out. She's like, getting closer to the lock on my ban button.
What? It's like the dad going, I'm
close here.
I'm going to count down from 5. And, if I get
2 and 3 quarters.
1, right, you better behave.
You were about to let me check in,
Oh,
and you decided that you ain't going to let me check in.
Make me check you in.
You literally work for a company that I bought a plane ticket for.
It's a standoff.
I'm here 30 minutes before the flight.
Can you please leave, sir?
No.
Can you please leave my personal space?
All right, now let me stop here. He said, I'm here 30 minutes before the flight. But that doesn't mean that you're in the
supposed
right.
to be boarding.
Yeah, a lot of times you're boarding at that point. Or, if he's off 10 minutes, the whole plane might be boarded.
He's not in the boarding area. He is before TSA. He's before security. Yeah, that seems to be where if you do want to make a mistake, not mistake, but I mean, it just takes a lot to get up to the front and talk to the people in those desks.
Okay, hold on. So if you got to the front where they take your baggage for your airline and you are not yet checked in and the plane is now boarding at that time, you're not through TSA, you're not through nothing, would they shut you down? Because that seems like it's what is happening here.
Well,
possibly.
I'm getting a vibe that he started recording the video after things got tense.
When his
I'm very
videos,
curious what happened prior to that.
I always am. We never know what happened before the camera started recording, but his camera is the one we're watching, and it started recording with everybody already in the Mexican standoff. So he might have edited some stuff out, but everybody's got their phones.
Your personal space. This is not your personal space.
This is my stationary.
This is not your personal space. You work for a company. This is not your personal space.
We ain't got to worry about it.
You don't have to worry about it. You're literally not doing your job.
Do your job.
For a customer that has paid for a plane ticket to get home.
Uh-oh. They're coming around. There was one lady, there's like an older lady who's working for Frontier, and she goes behind one of the women filming and yelling at this guy, and she starts rubbing her shoulders like, I'm going to calm you down.
She seems like management. She doesn't have the work polo on.
She's like, I'm going to calm you down. Now, these women got their cameras out. The one woman repeated herself over and over and over again. But the bottom line is, dude, you can't. You're not allowed to be that guy. I know some of you latos out there, you people who are late to everything. You're late, and you don't care. And you're like, it's part of my personality. I'm late. Just get used to it. You people, all right? That's what I'm talking to here. You think sometimes you could just go in at the last minute and I bought a ticket. What are you talking about? Let me onto the plane. No, there are rules in polite society. And if the airline, the cheapo airline that you're going on, Frontier, says you got to be there by X amount of time and pay X amount of fees, then you bet your dumb ass you got to be there and do that. That's just the way it goes. Some of you think you're going to show up last minute and then complain about everything.
I don't know what she was talking about 3 hours late or whatever. I mean, if you're 3 hours late to check in, I think you're 3 hours late to your flight. You're at least past the point of takeoff.
Well, I'll tell you this. Go ahead.
It says Frontier's check-in rules require that you arrive at least 1 hour before departure.
Okay. All right.
Which it says these guys booked through an online travel agency, didn't know to look for this. But, I mean, just look. I mean, when you go on a flight, you look at stuff.
Sucks.
Yeah. Also, they didn't know, they weren't expecting that Frontier charges extra for a printed boarding pass
Then
at the
don't
airport.
get a printed boarding pass.
Yeah, well, can you just get it on your phone or something? This
You
guy's a
should be
boomer?
able to. Right?
This is from the dude, I think, because this says never flying this airline again.
We're on the same website.
Oh, are we? Okay. View from the Wing. View from the Wing says, a reader was refused to check in by Frontier Airlines in Raleigh, North Carolina. When they were flying to Boston, they report showing up to the counter over 50 minutes prior to departure. That's not what he was saying in the video, though. I think the only claim I heard was like 30 minutes or something.
Maybe it took him a little bit to get through the line, or maybe they had been there for a while and they hadn't started.
That was definitely not boarding.
Mm-hmm.
Look behind him.
No, you're right. It's a counter. It's like the check-in counter. It's the first one that you go to before TSA. There were 3 things they weren't expecting. Number 1, Frontier's check-in rules that require you to arrive at least 1 hour for departure. They booked online. Too bad. Research. That Frontier charges extra for a printed boarding pass, and that Frontier staff are a little different than what you find at most airlines. They don't exude the usual professionalism other airlines
That's
expect.
A little bit of a dig.
That's what the website is saying here. I don't know. I'll cast no aspersion here. I will make no judgment.
Did you find that woman to be overly professional, Sabrina?
No, by no means. But what was the point of that comment, article writer?
I didn't find the 2 women for Frontier to be respectful at all. In fact, I thought even if the guy was wrong, they were being maybe too disrespectful. But that kind of cast this as if this is like just the norm for Frontier, which might be the case. I can't cast that judgment. I've never flown Frontier.
And also, like, this is a blog. You know, this is not like a CNN article or something that's like just casting this on Frontier.
Damn, Sealand hates blogs. He's down on blogs.
And y'all reading it like it's a damn article.
Blogs in 2025. I didn't even know they already left, but yeah, this may be the last one. He says he's never flying this SE airline again. He pulls out his credit card. Okay. The whole thing didn't go well. They said they were going to call the police, but they said their official policy is to cut off check-in 60 minutes prior to departure. So guess what, dude? If you show up 50 minutes or 30 minutes prior to departure, there are rules in this world. Until we get people to start following the rules and make sure that the rules are an important thing, we're going to keep having these stupid situations over and over and over. A close runner-up before we get into all the real ID stuff at the airports.
Right.
Real quick, it says at the end he was stuck with a ticket that he couldn't use and a new $500 charge for a flight on JetBlue 90 minutes later.
Who really won then, right?
Yeah.
JetBlue.
Did you win? Yeah. JetBlue is the only unscathed winner in this whole thing. The rest of it is just people who were taking L's here. There's a Florida state senator, Leanna Garcia. Did you see this lady?
The doctor?
I think so, yes. And she is a representative for Florida's District 36. She was doing a press conference, and during the press conference, she just went out, just fell on
Tell you
out.
what, the most graceful I've seen. It was certainly not a Mitch McConnell moment.
No, she. I think she knew it was coming, and you could just kind of hear her here.
So, Governor, forgive me. I've got to sit down because.
Oh.
And then this guy comes through.
And she falls right into.
And this sweet man. We got you.
That almost looked like a movie. Hang on, let me peak the volume a little bit more on this. She goes,
they had the warning.
Governor, excuse me. And then she goes, whoa, like a boxer, like ready to fall. Okay, let's go back. Here we go.
So, Governor, forgive me. I've got to sit down because. I'm not feeling well.
It's coming. Passed out right into his arm.
See it in her eyes.
Hey, we got you.
I think that's a Surgeon General.
Say it with me.
Would you bring it up?
They're trying to carry her.
Sugar?
Oh, lady in the middle is like, I don't know what to do right now.
Ron DeSantis.
I'll take the mic now.
He makes his way over. He's like, we cool? Everybody.
Am I on?
You know what he kind of looks like when Ron DeSantis comes over after this woman passes out? He looks like John Travolta in that meme.
Oh, yeah, a little bit.
He just kind of wanders onto the stage, and he's like, which way am I going here? He doesn't know what to do.
I don't know.
And I guess she got up at some point, and she was like, oh, this was supposed to be my moment.
Well, it is. The nation is talking about it.
Yeah, maybe now more so than she wanted to, but there she goes. She's okay. Everything's all right. Things are fine. She's doing all right. We got to get into what's happening at the airports with Real ID. They made some last-minute changes that are stupid as hell, but we'll see what's happening at these airports across the country right now. What were those changes? Trump's big secret is now leaked out. What was he talking about? What was this big to-do? We'll talk about that. We got a lot of stuff on the way today, even Fritz on the Street coming up in a couple of hours, and that is coming up next on the News Junkie.
You know you can always text us, unless you're driving, at 77031. Standard data and message rates apply. Real Mobile is powered by Orange Buick GMC and OrangeBuickGMC.com. We are professional grade.
Keep an eye out for an accident on State Road 429 northbound before US 92. There's a crash partially blocking the ramp from the Greenway southbound of Florida's Turnpike. There's an accident causing a roadblock on Apopka Vineland Road where it meets Darlene Drive, and traffic still slowing down on I-4 through that Lake Buena Vista area. If you see traffic troubles, call the Valvoline Instant Oil Change traffic tip line at 866-676-8477. From the Traffic Center, I'm James Birmingham.
Skull Mike Squad. Skull Mike Squad. I think our Skull Mike stickers are coming in either today or tomorrow. I'm not sure if we'll be able to launch those today or tomorrow, but they're coming in soon. Happy Wednesday, everybody. We'll take a look at what's going on at the airports. I got some people dispatching in, reporting from the airports. If any Real ID dummies are getting in the way, we will find out today. Ghostbird says, hot take, Kevin Costner's character in The Bodyguard only made passionate lovemaking. I can't believe you said it. And at risk of getting banned from chat and everything, multi-platform ban facing you, you still put it out there. One of the spiciest takes I've seen. Today it's time for you to keep me entertained. One ongoing thing through the show today for chat, I want you to do hot take, colon, the actual colon, not the word colon, and then tell me what your hot take is. What's your hot take?
On colons?
No, not on colons. Hot take, colon.
Oh.
Do you know what a colon is?
Yeah, I thought you were talking about like your...
No, a colon, like in a sense, hot take, colon, and then they post their hot take, and then I'll tell them if it's actually spicy or not. What's your hot take?
Bicycles shouldn't be on the sidewalk.
Well, that's not a hot take. That's just the rules, isn't it?
I know, but they're always on the sidewalk.
What do you think they should do to bicyclers on the sidewalk?
I don't know.
Death. Death to bicyclers on the sidewalk. That's just a rule. That's not a hot take. Like your hot take about Polish people is the one that I was saying. No, you say you hate Polish people.
I hate Polish.
And you said Polish people shouldn't be in charge of anything. No. You're not Polish. What are you talking about? That's like saying you have black friends.
Everyone in that video was annoying.
Everyone in that video was annoying. Yeah. But if you show up on time, you probably won't have to deal with those annoying people.
That's true. I'm leaving. I have to finish stretching.
Okay. See you later, alligator. Are we going to Costco?
I don't know.
Okay, we'll figure that out.
I want a martini later,
though. Oh, here we go. Martini girl. Hot take, you're not getting a martini.
Hot take, I'll get a martini.
Hot take, you're not getting a martini.
Yes, I will.
See you later. Hot take, Tabasco? Okay, not even a hot take. Not even in the spicy world. But mildest take ever, Tabasco is without a shadow of a doubt the shittiest hot sauce that exists on any shelf in any store or at any restaurant. The idea that this is our mainstream sauce in America is an embarrassment to this country and makes me want to put the flags at half-staff until they get rid of it. Tabasco is dog water. It's watered down, not hot, loser sauce. That is the worst of the worst of the worst in the hot sauce world. I have 15,000 hot sauces in my refrigerator. Every single one of those better than Tabasco. Never met a person that likes Tabasco. Tabasco ruins any food that you put it on. Tabasco is garbage, and yet it's like our Heinz 57 of hot sauces. It's in every restaurant, on every table, and burn it to the ground. Garbage. Marla says Tabasco is red water with paprika. Yes. Finally, somebody will say it. Thank you. It is the worst. Cholula is better. Anything is better. Crystals is better. Like, you name it, it's better. Tabasco is terrible. Tammy says, hot take, Tabasco is only good for cleaning copper. Still not hot. Hot take, colon, and then what your hot take is today. This will keep me entertained during the breaks. Don't break any rules. Crystals is the second runner-up. Danielle says, why is Sean ranting like a lunatic? There's nothing lunatic about this. That is a right down the middle strike of a take. Absolutely based in the hot sauce world. Absolutely accurate take. Tabasco is terrible. Terrible. Really bad stuff. Aventosaurus says, hot take, we need more live shows from you. I've got to double check because I think there is a live show coming up for like the 4th or something, and I want to promote it ahead of time to like make it a fun thing. We're just in nightmare territory with the roast stuff. Good thing that's still a long ways out. But yeah, we'll work on. We'll get something going in the next couple of months. I don't get thrilled to do live shows because the quality is garbage for everybody who's not there. If you do those shows too much, then a good portion of your overall show is like a lower quality. It's just my personal opinion. All right, we're coming back, everybody.
Well, we just offered our thoughts on the most recent episode of the How to Money podcast.
Let's say you do live in a state that gives you a tax break on $529. That's great. But don't invest those dollars once you put them in.
We're all about investing in a 529 plan. Typically, right? You want that tax-advantaged money to grow. But as you get close to needing to spend the money, de-risking is crucial.
In uncertain financial times, How to Money is here to help. Open your free iHeartRadio app, search How to Money, and start listening today.
Do you have AC needs? Turn to the experts at Carrier. Go to millsair.com.
Real Radio has your chance to win $1,000. Just enter this nationwide keyword on our website. WIN. W-I-N. WIN. Enter it now on our website, realradio.fm. Good luck.
Riding the daily roller coaster of viral news from the front row. It's the
Is indeed coming up in a bit here on the show. We got a lot for you on a Wednesday. We're going to have some fun along the way. We hope you join us. Record a dispatch, video or audio at thenewsjunkie.com. Today is it. Today's the day. Real ID Armageddon is what's happening out there at the airports. Everybody get real worried about this. It's like Y2K all over again. Today's the day where if you don't have that star on your license, you can't fly at the airports and you can't get into the nuke facility. That's what's happening. But
I had somebody ask this yesterday, and I was like, oh, I should probably Google that. Because they were like, do you need a real ID to get in for jury duty?
Oh, true. I don't know. Did they change it for that or no?
It says federal building, so I would assume that if it's a federal courthouse, maybe. But if it's just the county courthouse, you might be good with just your ID.
They're slow walking this whole thing. They're slow walking real ID, even though it took us 20 years to do it. Now, some of the airports and TSA people, they have stuff like this. It says no real ID or passport. You're not grounded. But delays at TSA may slow your takeoff. So they know there's going to be a horde of zombie dummies just going to the airport today, like, no real ID, no real ID. And then if they just turn them around, they know that it would be chaos. So even after 20 years, we still have to baby the populace.
We're absolutely going to see the same thing we saw earlier today on the show. Where everyone has their phones out and screaming and a ruckus.
Yeah. And you know what you'll have, Sabrina? You'll have at least one idiot who's going, I wasn't told about this. Like, I didn't know.
It was everywhere, sir.
You guys didn't give us enough time to get the real ID. And say, wait, what? Hold on. What's going on? This is from Nashville in their airport in Tennessee. TSA operations at Fly Nashville running smoothly this morning. They don't have much of a line at all. If there's something going wrong there, I can't see it in this photograph.
Well, that was my other question was going to be, if you're still letting them through and it's going to slow your TSA thing, is it going to slow it for everybody else or just the people who didn't get their S together?
What do? You got to put them in a dodo line or something so that everybody else moves smoothly, and then
fun.
They go over there. They say there's only a small number of passengers without a real ID or other form of acceptable identification, according to Nashville's airport. Summer travel is just around the corner, and passengers should plan to get one soon to avoid checkpoint delays. So they're not slapping you on the hand just yet, but they probably will be soon, because after 20 years, some of you procrastinators are still not ready for this. We'll keep an eye on the airports as things roll along here on the show today. Good idea or bad idea?
Good idea or bad idea?
It's happening, I guess, as of today. I don't understand who's asking for this. I don't understand who demanded this, but the time has arrived. If you go to Wendy's today, you can now buy ground beef patties ready to make your own Wendy's burgers. For the first time ever, you could get the Wendy's square patties ready to go, always fresh, never frozen, all that good stuff. And you could take them away and make your own. Like, if you wanted to, you can make a Baconator that was a foot tall or something. You could make just a monster Frico burger that you've always dreamed of doing.
And they're selling these at Wendy's?
At Wendy's, yeah. Who was ever asking for this?
I'm seeing that they're in grocery stores.
Oh, no. They're from what I saw, it was at Wendy's locations, too. This one says in select stores, they're actually selling them. You just swing up, go through, and go, Baconator, and bam. And I want the actual ground beef patties.
Got to be honest, those look delicious.
They're ready to go, but is there anything special about just a Wendy's burger itself? Do they have, like, an iconic...
Square.
It is square,
and
but I mean, you can just make anything a square.
The meat hangs off the bun because people like to see the meat hang off the bun.
Yes, but do they have like KFC has their herbs and spices? Does Wendy's have a particular bam, and that's what makes it a killer Wendy's burger, or not? Because this is what apparently they think people want. There's a lot of different stores in Colorado, in Ohio, different places where today they're just selling them damn beef patties, and you can make them at home yourself. I think they'll sell dozens of these. I think dozens will be sold, and they'll celebrate together on what a great idea this actually was.
I just they're packaging it for grocery stores just to sell ground beef. There's already enough brands. Like most people, most of the people that want to buy ground beef from a place want to get it from the actual store's butcher.
Yeah.
You want usually the cheapest one.
What you want to get something that also you would think would be a better quality, right?
Yeah.
Like, I mean, I'm not being mean to Wendy's here, but like Wendy's, McDonald's, all these places, if you said I could get their burger patty versus go and just get one from the meat place in the grocery store, I'm thinking that one is better. That's better from my experience. The one you're going to get on your own without, McDonald's and Wendy's and these places being involved in all of this stuff. We got somebody checking in with the dispatch from the airport, reporting on Real ID. Let's see what we have. It looks like it's calm so far, but we'll check in.
Hey guys, sorry for the background noise, but I'm actually at the airport flying off to C-Lane's favorite place, New York City.
All right.
And the Real ID didn't seem to be a problem. There was only a 12 to 16 minute wait at
That's not bad.
Terminal A, and B was basically walk on. So,
What about
so far
C?
so good.
Oh, C's always
Wiggle,
walk
wiggle,
on.
pop out.
Yeah. And for those of you who aren't local, at Orlando's airport, people fight over which of the concourses is the best, which is the one that you want to be at. Some
It's
people will
the new
swear
one.
by
C is the best. That's
C
no
is the new-
argument.
yeah.
whatsoever.
All right. I would argue personally that is B the main one you get dumped into where they have the cask and larder right there? Is that B or
There's
C?
a cask and larder in C?
You have no fight in this game if you don't even know which terminal you're talking about.
I'm saying the main terminal that you go through that has like cask and larder, and it's like a restaurant that's just sitting there. There's birds chirping.
Yeah,
There's like
yeah.
actual
McDonald's or
birds
Burger
inside.
King?
McDonald's.
Okay.
That's
Yeah.
probably the one because I think that's where Southwest is, so that's probably where you would be.
There is one. A and B have iconic rug, carpet design that's always
It's
been
legendary.
talked about. And then one of them has that weird ass sculpture that's been there for years that looks like a real person.
It's so
in a
good,
glass
actually.
case.
It's so good. I don't know that I understand the art completely, but it's such a good sculpture that people legitimately think it's a person sleeping at the airport.
Yeah.
And they go over by it and see what's
Is he
going on.
okay?
Is that guy alive over there? Is a question you hear many times. I've got something here from All Day Yuckers, I guess by request. Well, we had a discussion yesterday about, an accident. And instead of saying 30 car pile up, which Sabrina was not able to say, she said 30 Carl pile up.
Like 4 times in a row.
Yeah.
Full
And
brain fart.
She did the thing where you stop, try it again, stop, try it again, and your brain is just going, no, you cannot say 30 car pile up. I'm going to make you say 30 Carl pile up. And that's the way it is. And All Day Yuckers, I guess, has made this. I have not watched it yet, but let's see it together. It's me in the studio, and what? Oh, there's Carl.
There.
It's a 30 Carl pile up.
How do you do it, you magic man?
What am I going to say? That is what a 30 Carl pile up would be like. If this
Also, great cut.
I will sign myself up to die this way if it's one of the options that I could choose, because you're just cruising along.
Those are giant Carls.
And then
They are pretty big
giant
Carls.
Oh, man.
Also,
All Day Yuckers, you're the best.
I like how the AI made me fat. All right, for those of you not watching.
Okay, buddy.
That right there?
The AI made you fat?
First of all, fat shamers, I wasn't talking about this opening frame where my
you look pretty slender there.
I don't actually. I don't know why. I don't know why I look so rough in this one. I think you photoshopped it. You must have. There's something going on here.
Go back
I
to
don't
the
look
middle
like
of the room
that.
and see.
If I
Take it
stand
to
in
the
that
wide
same
shot.
spot, I just don't look like. I don't think I can make it over there. I don't know if I can, but I don't think I look like that. And C-Line can't overlay them, so we can't go that far. But anyways, when I get knocked on the ground, which is definitely fake in AI, my belly pops out. And there's like a big belly
Probably some
there,
internal bleeding or something. Oh,
which knocks me down. Look, right?
yeah. All right.
Can't see it.
You're dead.
No, I'm dead. Dead under a pile of cars.
I
Let me
love
get a
this so
screenshot.
much.
Get a screenshot of this so that I can put it up for the folks to see on See It Now. When we talk about something visual on the show, I know that can be weird or annoying because most of you are listening to the show on various radio stations. And we love you for that. But we want you to be able to open up the world and see things a little bit clearer. And so that's why we're bringing you See It Now, which is available for you. Go to the website, thenewsjunkie.com. And when you're there, you'll see the See It Now section in the menu. And you can click on stuff just like this. 30 Carl pile up video. And bam, there it is for you. It's pretty damn adorable. Thank you, Yuckers. Pro dispatcher level achieved for you. We're going to take a quick break. When we come back, we'll see what's happening with you in your world. And then we'll talk about the big Trump secret, that secret that he was teasing yesterday.
Oh, yeah. It was a Thursday, Friday, Monday, or Tuesday.
It's allegedly leaked out. So we got our hands on it.
It's a positive
As one would imagine. We always get our hands on things before everybody else. That's why you hang out with us. That's why this is the viral place to come to, okay? But not only we have that big secret today, we also have an update on the stepmom who had sex with the stepson. That story. Oh. Didn't expect another update. But here we go, and things get a little weirder. That'll come up at some point during the show today. It's all coming up next on the News Junkie. School bike. Hang tight. School bike squad, hang tight. All right, have a good run. Sorry. I had to get another little snooterino. I think I'm good now. Feeling irie. Where was I standing? Like right here? See? I don't have like my belly is not as big as that made me look. Rock solid. Made me look fat as hell. Unbelievable, Yuckers. Thank you for that great dispatch. Can't believe Sean made Courtney clean up the mess the 30 Carls made. Well, I mean, who was supposed to do it? I'm dead in this instance. I'm on the ground dead with 30 giant Carls over me. It looked like they could take me out, if I'm honest. Everybody else was arguing, could 100 men defeat one gorilla? Meanwhile, those 30 Carls made short work of me. They took me out. How you doing, everybody? You need me? Oh, I can ask, actually. Because it does a good job. I don't even know like where you get Carl to look that good on that. Like, because they must have just taken a picture and it really looked kind of like Carl. Let me ask, hang on. All Day Yuckers. What website or software are you using to make those AI videos? Sabrina wants to know. It was a wonderful piece of art. Sean needs to go to Flonase Anonymous. I'm out of Flonase today, which is one of the problems. So I got another thing, and I'm going crazy. A little bit crazy. Kling AI? Sabrina, it's Kling AI. Kling AI. Let's keep those hot takes coming. I missed some of them. I can't see them. Hot take, and then what's your hot take? Hot take, One news junkie versus 100 Carls, Zach says. You don't stand a chance. I don't know. Carl's so small. He's like this big. One of them I could easily kick off. 10, I'm surrounded. 100, now they're like piling up. That's a lot. 1 minute. Ghostbird says, hot take, po' boys are better in food wrap form. What is food wrap form? Po' boys are great, but po' boy doesn't mean all that much. Po' boy essentially just means like sandwich. You know, it's like pretty loose on exactly what kind of bread you use, pretty loose on what you put in it. You can put millions of things in it. But I dig a po' boy. And I don't mean to say that I dig a poor boy. I mean, po' boy, the sandwich, delicioso. We're coming back. Hey, poor boys.
Based restoration specialist will fix it guaranteed or your money back. Save 40% your first year with my name Clay as your promo code at lifelock.com. LifeLock, for the threats you can't control. Terms apply.
At Rasmussen University, we offer a full suite of nursing programs from pre-licensure to doctoral, online and on campus. Programs vary by campus. Learn more at rasmussen.edu/Florida.
This Earful of Real Radio is sponsored by Wassey's Meat Market, the best place to buy a big green egg.
Real Radio is on Facebook at Real Radio 1041. Sponsored by the law offices of Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Have you been in an accident? Call the law offices of Anajar and Levine at 1-800-747-FREE.
That's 1-800-747-3733.
Riding the daily roller coaster of viral news from the front row. It's
Through the most viral stories of the day, a show you can listen to right here or via podcast, or you can watch on YouTube and twitch.tv/The News Junkie. Just go over to youtube.com/The News Junkie. Bam! You're looking at us. You're hanging out with us. It's a hell of a show to watch. But no matter how you are joining us today, we appreciate you being with us for Pope Watch 2025, baby. It is on. We're ready to see who the Pope is, the new Pope. They're now gathering. There's 133 of them, the Cardinals. And the Cardinals are like doing their Pope Votorama.
Oh, I could see it right on CNN. It's a very beautiful room.
When they get there, Sabrina, like they are now, they go on lockdown, Pope lockdown.
Yeah,
so
I thought they did that, where they tied the rope over the door.
They make it so they can't have any communication devices. They can't have any news, anything else, like a jury.
Security camera in the corner there because I just saw the wide shot, or maybe it's a drone.
You're looking at them being sequestered right now. All the Cardinals are sequestered. They wait there. They blah, 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 they talk.
The security outside the doors.
Not looking intimidating?
Goofy outfits.
Oh, how dare you. They've been there forever.
Pick right now.
This afternoon, 133 voting Cardinals will cast their ballots for the next pontiff. Bless you. I'm sorry.
You know what that means? They found the Pope.
I apologize. I really try not to do that. 133 voting Cardinals will cast their ballots for the next pontiff. If a Cardinal receives more than 2/3 of the vote, we will have a new Pope. You'll have a new Popester, in effect. Maybe the Meatball Pope. If not one does, voting will resume on Thursday, when as many as 4 rounds of voting can occur. So they vote over and over and over again.
When does Ryan Seacrest get there? Bless you.
Ryan Seacrest gets there. I got it. Wow, I had to turn the microphone off for that one.
I wish
I'm
you
out of Flonase.
Yeah, sneeze into that. You say sorry for the sneezes and you belch all the time into the mic. There's such a big difference.
I'm out of Flonase, so all I have is the other stuff, and I might be allergic to the allergy stuff because I'm sneezing like crazy.
Be a real son
He's going to do one more, I bet, before this is over.
I got it. I tucked it away. I'll put that one down. It was stronger than the sneeze. It's the first day of the papal conclave to elect the new pope, and they're all ready to vote. And then if they get to the end of the 4th day and there's still no winner, on the 5th day, there will be a combat, a fight. All the popes will
fight to the death.
Yeah, they
I've
put them
heard about
on.
that.
on horses, and they give them those, the things. What? Like medieval times, you know what I mean?
Look at the picture I just sent, because that's what the... I knew it. What did I say? What did I say?
Sorry.
I know sneezes.
Oh, sorry. I apologize.
Look at the picture I sent. Because
okay, hold on. I can't see anything yet. I just sneezed.
Did that pop your eyes out?
Okay, you are so wrong on this. These are the most badass security guards I have ever seen in my life. Those outfits are boss. Those
are from Alice in Wonderland.
What if there was? I'm not wishing this on anybody, but if there was a shooter at the Vatican.
Okay, what are you saying and where are you going? I'm going.
I am sorry. Aren't these the guards? That's the guards we're looking at, right?
I didn't get the top of their swords.
I can't really see that, but those are the guards.
14 years old, I'm pretty sure.
So those people then, if somebody comes in with a gun, they take one of those big poles with like a blade on the end and stab them?
Shank them. And then I think off to the side, it's kind of like an axe.
Yeah.
And they look sharp.
Yeah, there they are. So these are the folks guarding everything over there at the Catholic Church. They have these very clown-like outfits in yellow and blue. They have hats with a big red fuzzy thing on top and giant poles in their hands. So we'll find out who will be the next big pope. Like I said, if they get to the end of the fourth day of this and there's no winner, on the fifth day there will be no voting, and you just pray and have an informal discussion. Then you get back to vote until somebody gets the majority.
So I saw, and I'm trying to find it again. Yeah, it said, somehow not the Onion. Cardinals have been watching Conclave, the movie, for insights on how to navigate the real thing from Politico.
Awesome. I hope that's true. I hope that they go,
maybe a couple of them have never been to the Conclave before, and they're like, wait, we got to watch Conclave.
Yeah, look, we here's two things. We could read how to do this, or we could just watch a movie.
You know how much there's reading that's going to be? Like, there's so much to read.
ChatGPT, why don't they just ask ChatGPT to pick the next pope?
They should have. The historic conclave to come. I see. I'm trying to find that story that you were looking at.
I just sent it.
Okay, because
unless
they
you got
are
another
all,
sneeze coming.
No, I'm sneeze free, and clear. This is verifying. Oh, there we go. Politico.eu. Okay.
Never heard a sneeze with syllables before, like a polysyllabic sneeze.
Was that me sneezing for real?
Yeah.
It's usually true, and you put in two other syllables.
That sounds like Uncle Who. One more time.
Uncle Who.
That's a who.
One more time. Quiet. I can't hear it all the way. Quiet. God damn it! All silence. All silence.
She was talking over it in the original recording.
Yeah, asshole.
We've been quiet this whole time, stupid.
Jesus. 0 to 60. Get a tissue and some Xanax.
I thought she was trolling me.
What is he not getting?
You know how he was completely silent the entire time.
Do you know? I'm the one playing it. We would have to be singing that like really well.
She could do that. I thought every time you hit play, she was purposely doing that. Just in the clip. Go again.
Why'd you say something, Sabrina?
I'm sorry. I'm going to turn my microphone off.
I apologize. I didn't know that you weren't saying that. I thought you were trolling me, which is what you're generally doing.
All right. See? I love that backhanded apology.
I'm sorry. Tell me where I'm wrong in my statement.
Uncle Who?
Oh, what's wrong with me today? Anyhow, yeah, Cardinals, this is what it says from Sabrina here. Cardinals are watching Conclave the movie for guidance on the actual conclave, which is pretty fun. And I don't know if this is a real photo of one of them looking, but they show somebody watching the movie. It says, faced with highly secretive and complex rituals of choosing a new pope, Catholic cardinals have turned to Hollywood to learn how it could play out. Some have watched it at the movie theater, they said. And the movie features English actor.
If the Cardinals are turning to Conclave to see how it could play out, they're not going to love the ending.
Oh, no. I was just wondering that. Is there some stuff in there that's maybe not a great look for the Catholic Church?
Yeah. It's something that would be, I think, highly controversial to the Catholic Church.
Oh, wow. I didn't even think about that side of things. Well, there you go. Okay, we're going to get to some of you. A lot of you are chiming in with your dispatches today, your emails, all the rest. Here's a couple of things for you. Tim emails about the Wendy's burgers that are for sale. He says, Wendy's burgers advertise that they've never been frozen. Yes, I indeed did say that. I indeed mentioned that beforehand.
I don't think they're selling them at Wendy's, though.
This one said at locations in Ohio and I forgot how the other state was.
Select stores?
Yeah. At select. No. It said select stores in Wendy's locations in the thing that I saw.
Okay.
I was looking at Dexterto. Maybe it's wrong. Tell me it's wrong.
Dexterto.
Tell me it's wrong. Tell me it's wrong.
I thought I was just doing that.
Maybe it's both. Who knows?
Okay. Well, I'll issue a correction if I need to, but I thought that it said Wendy's locations too. Wendy's
retraction.
Wendy's patties. Hang on, let me make sure. Popular grocery chain is selling them, but shoppers are confused. You can now find it in grocery stores. Yes, this says grocery stores. I like to issue a retraction.
Right.
I apologize for saying that some locations of Wendy's actually have the patties when it appears that story that I was looking at was incorrect or confusing. And indeed, it's only select grocery stores that have the Wendy's patties for your burger enjoyment.
Retraction.
There we go. You want this Trump secret? Trump was saying,
So it's very positive.
Big secret. There's something that we got to talk about here. Hang on, I want to get Trump talking about this announcement yesterday, because it was an announcement of an announcement where he was kind of teasing what was going on. This was the tease. Let me go back before we tell you what the alleged information actually is. The alleged bombshell is going to drop.
Have maybe before we're going to, as you know, the Middle East and Saudi Arabia.
I'm sorry, is this a scuba diving microphone?
UAE and Qatar, and that'll be, I guess, Monday night. Some of you are coming with us. I think before then we're going to have a very, very big announcement to make, like as big as it gets, and I won't tell you on what.
As big as it gets.
And it's very positive. I tell you if it was negative or positive. I can't keep that out. It is really, really positive.
Really, really positive.
And that announcement will be made either Thursday or Friday or Monday before we leave. But it'll be one of the most important announcements that have been made in many years.
Okay, one of the most important announcements that has been made in many years is the promise. Now, I have allegedly what this announcement is going to be from President Trump. You heard what he said about it. Can I have a drum roll? We have a drum roll before we have the announcement.
Yeah, absolutely.
Before you hear it everywhere else.
No problem.
Biggest news in years, baby.
And go.
That's kind of abrupt.
Okay, I have a much longer one.
Can I ask for? I don't request a lot around here.
Yeah, you do.
Can I make a
5,
request?
4. Okay.
I'm not doing it to that. I would like to make a request.
Yeah.
Can I have the drum roll or that noise and the sneeze?
Yeah.
I would like the both of them.
Need a little bit more time. Right. We can make it work. And 3, 2. Five, 4, 3. 2.
Here is your announcement, and this is big, earth-shattering stuff here. President Donald Trump plans to announce, while on his trip to Saudi Arabia next week, that the United States will, as of now, refer to the Persian Gulf as the Arabian Gulf or the Gulf of Arabia.
Are you serious?
You heard it first, folks. This is an announcement that is coming during this trip. They are now saying that they're not going to call it the Persian Gulf anymore, because I guess it's kind of like a tribute to Iran in a way, and Iran sucks. So they don't want to give tribute to Iran. They want to take the Persian out of the Persian Gulf, and they want to give it to the Saudi Arabians, who, although they were home,
Gulf.
Although the Saudi Arabians were home to a lot of the 9/11 terrorists, a lot of them came from Saudi Arabia. They're still our partners, I guess, more so than the Iranians, who support all of the terrorism. Everything that's bad happening in the Middle East comes from Iran, okay? That's something you'll learn if your brain opens up a little bit. Everything over there is coming from Iran. And they're going to refer to the Persian Gulf as the Gulf of Arabia or the Arabian Gulf.
Everyone agree with that?
To change this, Arab nations have pushed for a change to the geographic name of the body of water off the southern coast of Iran, while Iran has maintained its historic ties to the Gulf. So they're Gulf of Mexicoing the Persian Gulf. They're changing the name, and they're saying now we're going to call it something else because Iran sucks. I don't know if that's an announcement on the level that was teased there.
Super
I feel
positive. Super positive.
Now, it could be, it very well could be that this is just one thing they are going to announce, and there's yet another thing.
Right. I would
that
hope
hasn't
so.
been unraveled. Well, this is not enough for you? Is that what you're saying?
He said it's one of the biggest announcements in a few years.
Yeah. This is not the biggest thing that you've heard in a few years?
No.
I would argue the Wendy's burger announcement might have been equal in size.
This is like when the Catholic Church said they were changing the stuff you say during Mass. And I thought, well, I haven't been to Mass in a while, so I'm not currently saying the stuff.
I didn't hear that announcement. I felt like an idiot.
Not really saying much of the old stuff these days, but probably not going to find myself saying the new stuff anytime soon, unless it's Christmas or Easter.
And also with you.
And so
and your spirit.
Basically, long story short, I don't really talk about the Persian Gulf, so I will do the equal amount of talking about the Gulf of Arabia.
All right, but you got to call it by the right name. The official name is dropped. Persian Gulf going to be changed to the Gulf of Arabia.
The only reason I might remember that is Sabrina singing Arabian Nights.
Arabian Gulf.
Man, it's a great song.
Who's your uncle?
I actually like it.
What was the thing again? What did he say?
Who's your uncle?
What was the sneeze? One more time.
Oh, Uncle Who or something?
Uncle.
It does sound like Uncle Who. It's so bizarre. Why is it so exaggerated?
You tell us.
Because I think, the harder you try to hold in a sneeze, I think sometimes the more forceful it fights back at you.
Yeah?
Unless you're doing that hold your nose thing, which is supposed to be bad for you.
Yeah,
sneeze is good. Sneezes are good.
I love
doing that. There's the secret, folks. What do you think? Was it as big as promised? Was it underwhelming? Was it great? Was it bad? Good strategy, bad strategy? Let us know what you think. I'm no fan of Iran, so anything that makes them mad, I'm kind of cool with. But what are your thoughts? Let's sneeze into break here, C-Lane. We've got a lot to get to. We got the next episode, Fritz on the Street. It's all coming up next on the News Junkie.
It's time to let your Fringe flag fly. The 2025 Orlando International Fringe Theater Festival, May 13th through the 26th in Lock Haven Park. Tickets available.
Go, Mike! Go, Mike Squad! When we return, each morning there's lots of emails in the tips inbox. And there's usually one thing that is the most emailed in story that people want. It's usually just one thing. It's like, oh, okay, this is what is on people's minds. Or better yet, this is what people think we're going to talk about or think we should talk about on the show today. When we come back, we're tackling that topic. It is something that I think maybe double-digit amounts of people emailed me before the show today. And they said, you got to talk about this. Hot take, colon. Hot take, colon. Give me your hot take. Give me a hot take. Hot take, the sneeze soundbite would make a good EDM drop. I could see that, yeah. That would be intense. That might be good. I'm eating a wrap on the porch like a barbarian? What's wrong with that? Is a wrap not porch food? That seems totally normal. John says India and Pakistan. No, but we will talk about that at some point in time. India and Pakistan, who of course have been at war for a long time. The explain it like I'm 5 would probably go like this, okay? If you were coming in today and going, what's going on, Sean? between India and Pakistan. Here's the explain it like I'm 5. I would say, once upon a time, England was in control of a very big country in Western Asia. Very big country. In England, the monarchy was in control of this very big country called India, basically. And when England was relinquishing colonial control of this massive territory, they had to dice it up because it was too big and there was too many differing peoples. So they chopped this territory in half, okay? They chopped the territory in half. And half of the territory, they said, this is going to be named Pakistan. And half of the territory, they said, this is going to be named India. And so this big giant land turned into India and Pakistan. And then there were some little areas between India and Pakistan that weren't quite sure which way they wanted to go. Kashmir was one of them, right? And this beautiful area, not incredibly densely populated, but beautiful area of planet Earth called Kashmir, was stuck between India and Pakistan. And Pakistan, like mommy in the divorce, was saying, I'm bringing Kashmir with me. We want Kashmir to be Pakistani. And India was saying, no, 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 I'm the dad. We want Kashmir to be with us. And so they were fighting over this territory. That has been happening for, 80 years or so. And every once in a while, one of these skirmishes pops up. You can't trust anything you hear from Pakistan. You can't trust anything you hear from India. It's really hard to see what's actually happening on the ground. A lot of it comes back to the Muslims of Pakistan. Pakistan is all Muslims mostly, and India, of course, is not. And there's divisions there, and it's just probably it's not quite as spicy as Israel-Palestine, but it's similar. Okay, this territory that's disputed between India and Pakistan. There's your explain it like I'm 5. They're fighting over it. And what's happening now is a response, allegedly, from a terror attack where a whole bunch of tourists were in the Kashmir area and some militant groups just took them out. And so they've responded to that. Weed consumers is actually a pretty good explanation. I think that's one of the biggest problems in media is you hear about something happening way far away, and it's so hard to unpack all of it, right? Like, you hear about Rwanda, or you hear about Gaza, you hear about all these things, and everybody in the news media is full of, the media is full of snooty assholes. And they pretend like they know everything, and they just expect you to know all of these things when you're just out there trying to work your job, right? So that's one of the problems I think we have. I'll try to do that more often. Tommy says, did you hear about the tourists that were killed in India a while ago? Well, just saying India there is controversial because they would say this is not India. But yeah, it's a terrorist group that took out some tourists who were just looking at the beautiful area where all of this goes down. Beautiful until they just start bombing the shit out of each other. And they won't stop that anytime soon. We're coming back.
Studios, injured on the go,
1-800-CALL-MO.
Portions of the following program were pre-recorded.
Coming to you live from the JustCallMo.com studios. Injured on the go? Just call Mo. Need help after an accident? Visit JustCallMo.com or dial 1-800-CALL-MO. This is WTKS-FM HD1, Cocoa Beach, Orlando, an iHeart radio station. Make us the #1 preset on your car radio and on the free new and improved iHeart Radio app. Listen for all your music, radio, and podcasts. Free never sounded so good.
Real Radio has your chance to win $1,000. Just enter this nationwide keyword on our website, HAPPY, HAPPY, happy. Enter it now on our website, realradio.fm. Good luck.
Broadcasting live from the world's most dysfunctional think tank. This is the news.
There's at least something that's happening here each day that you're missing. You can subscribe to the podcast. There's two ways to get the podcast. One is you can Venmo me $50,000 and I'll give you a link. Two is you could just get it for free on thenewsjunkie.com. So choose your adventure and what you want to go with. The free option is probably better for you. Just go to thenewsjunkie.com.
I'll do it for $1,500 on Zelle.
All right there and ready to go. Every morning when we get ready to do this show, I'm doing all the show prep. I'm getting ready for everything. I check tips at thenewsjunkie.com. And there's always one story that stands out. And I go, this is an interesting way for me to analyze the show because it shows what people expect us to talk about each day. Those emails coming in, whatever the most popular story is that's emailed to tips at thenewsjunkie.com, I go, that's what they think we're going to talk about today. Sometimes it's something that we are going to talk about. Sometimes it's something that doesn't come up at all. But this one, you guys were right. You were absolutely right about this. This is a very interesting story, and we are going to indeed talk about it.
Can I guess?
Yeah, sure. Go ahead. What do you think it is?
Raccoon?
The raccoon story. Yeah. That's
as soon as I saw the headline, I'm like, I hope that we talk about it.
They're calling it the Crackoon. They're calling it the Crackoon in this story.
I do not know what you guys are talking about.
Oh, you're in for a treat, C-Lane.
Brace yourself, C-Lane. You see this lady right here? We're going inside this van. And this is police body cam footage. They say there was a raccoon found inside the vehicle, but let's go on an adventure together.
Hi, how are we doing today? I'm Officer Brandon, Springfield Township Police Department.
Okay, stop it, Josh. How are you?
So the reason I stopped you is you are suspended with a warrant for your arrest. So do me a favor, turn off the car, put the keys up on the dash.
How many animals are in this woman's car? Did you hear those dogs barking?
One of them named Josh.
There's a dog and multiple dogs barking in the back of her car, but that's not what gets her onto the news. That's not the link that everybody was sending over. It's the raccoon that's hanging out inside this car. I guess the raccoon's name is Chewy. Let's meet him.
Paying you for that warrant, and because you are suspended actively. Oh. Hey. What? Come here.
Hello.
The raccoon has her meth pipe.
There's a raccoon with a meth pipe in this lady's car. What's going on in your life that you have a raccoon with a meth pipe?
Oh, my God.
Her meth pipe. He's playing with the meth pipe right now. No, don't reach for it. That's evidence now.
Oh, I don't want him to have
it. That's why I'm going to do it.
Meth pipe.
Hey, buddy.
Huh?
It's okay.
Okay, you're on our. He'll be here in 2 minutes. I'm right across from my house.
He's got the meth pipe inside her car.
Yeah, this van is something else, man.
There it is. You can see.
There's so much going on.
I know.
She's smoking meth then.
There's a big story here.
And look at the windows. I'm a little distracted by that. Isn't that what you put up in a garden?
There's like a gate on the windows as well in this person's car but
the rear passenger side, the one behind.
What are those things called? It's a
right here, like a trellis.
No, to the right,
over here.
Yeah.
They've got it all done like this because I guess the animals are like crawling on stuff while they're driving around because this is normal behavior.
Can't put the meth pipe somewhere else, though.
Here's the story from ABC News. Actually, let me bring this up in front of me so we can get all the details. I'll get to a little bit more. There's a tail end of this
I've
video.
never heard a police officer that excited to see a meth pipe. Usually they're either kind of mad at you or they do the really calm, you've broken the law. Listen, I have to take you and you've broken the law.
But Chewy threw her under the bus.
Yeah. I never seen him laugh at people. I mean, obviously he's laughing at the fact that the raccoon's holding it, but just finding a meth pipe and cracking up is so out of the norm for me.
Chewy is like, I've been stuck in this van for years. Take the meth pipe, please. Get this bitch out of here. I can't take it anymore. Here's the details. ABC News. The story says, woman arrested after raccoon named Chewy found with meth pipe in driver's seat during police stop. All right. Real story, actual details here. Let's go in. A woman has been arrested after a raccoon named Chewy was found holding a meth pipe in the driver's seat of her car. The incident occurred on Monday at approximately 7:15 p.m. when they decided to conduct a traffic stop on this lady. They said things took an unusual turn. They saw Chewy the raccoon with a meth pipe in his mouth in the seat of the car. They confirmed that Chewy was a pet raccoon. He was not a wild animal, and there was some appropriate paperwork. So I don't know what the paperwork is, but there was something saying that they were allowed to have this guy. Let's see what else happened here.
Okay.
The raccoon's playing with her meth pipe. Oh, there's no way. He's trying to smoke it.
All right.
There's no way. All right, enough fun.
The raccoon is just sitting there with the meth pipe having a blast of a time.
This is this cop's best day on the job.
Yeah, he's having fun.
We're going
he's enjoying it. Mm-hmm. He's got a lot going on around him.
Also, that lady, and I guess I don't judge a book by its cover,
mm-hmm.
but I didn't realize at that age people were still smoking meth.
Yeah, sometimes they get up there in age and they still stick with the meth. And you got to make things more fun the older you get. So enter this.
That's great. Wait, that's a second meth pipe.
That's the second meth pipe. And
that's a brand new meth pipe if I'm looking at it correctly.
Yes, it is. The raccoon is legit pulling on the meth pipe.
That is.
Chewy looks cool.
I'm surprised this is in Ohio.
Yeah. Are you?
Chewy, if you're out there, we salute you, buddy. We salute you. Hope you're doing well. There we go. All right, we're going to get into your dispatches, your emails, everything else, all of your feedback coming into the show. We appreciate it. We'll go to, let's do one dispatch real quick at the least. A lot of near-death stuff still coming in.
Oh, good.
But over to this to start things out. Here is Bam Bam with a first-time dispatch. Hello, Bam Bam. Welcome on board.
Good morning, news junkies. First-time dispatch.
Hey.
All right.
Been listening for years. Sorry about my voice. I'm currently battling with pneumonia.
Oh, poor thing. I'm sorry.
But I was just hoping maybe C-Lane could pick me for Fritz on the Street today.
All right. It's out there.
Love y'all.
Well, Fritz on the Street.
Bam Bam's not feeling well, and he wants you to pick up for Fritz on the Street. And that's a decision that's going to be up to C-Line moving forward. Right now, list. Near-death dispatch coming in.
Hey, junkies, happy Wednesday. Don't pick me for Fritz on the Street. Pick somebody else.
You got it. Done.
I was just chiming in about the near-death experiences from yesterday. I had mine in November of this last year. I had my brain aneurysm, and honestly, one of the things that helped me through it was you guys. But the only thing that really changed for me, I didn't get more religious. I didn't, change a bunch of stuff, but I am more conscious about my decision making as far as what I do and what goes into my body.
Nice.
Because I gotta be around. I got 3 kids and a beautiful wife. All right, guys. Thanks for everything. Appreciate you. Bye.
You know what, Musical Matt? I appreciate what you're saying there in so many ways. It kind of blows my mind sometimes. When I heard not that long ago that somebody, he was a husband, he was a father to multiple kids, and that he died from diabetes. And I thought, imagine getting news like, hey, you've got diabetes, and we now have to change your diet. We've got to start working on some things so we can protect you and keep you all right, make sure your kidney doesn't rot out and all this stuff. and going, yeah, no, not going to do that. That's not for me. I'm sorry. People do that. I don't know why. It's crazy to me. Like, I know somebody else who was told by doctors, hey, if you don't stop drinking, you're going to die. And they died like 5 years later. They didn't stop drinking. They made a decision in their life that they didn't.
He was going to be right, that doctor.
Well, yeah, like imagine that. The guy who went to school for all those years and is an actual doctor might know what he's talking about, what he's got going on. That's good. I think that's a good way to think about things. I mean, everybody make their own choices. And if you guys want to live wild and, live the Sid and Nancy life, by all means, do it as long as you're not hurting anybody else.
Yeah, get a raccoon,
Nancy.
Smoke meth.
To do it. If you're not hurting anybody else but yourself, don't hurt the raccoon. Don't hurt anybody else. You want to do your thing, go for it. But if you
don't teach your raccoon to smoke meth, though, because then that's less
that's
meth
animal abuse,
less meth for you.
Oh, that too. Yeah, multiple problems. But the real deal on this is if you
that's
have
my don't drink and drive joke.
Nice, yeah.
Might hit a bump and spill your beer.
It's going to be effective. The most effective thing since your brain on drugs and those commercials that we had. But if you have come to the realization, the conclusion, which to me is an inevitable, that we're on a journey together, we're all just roaming around this planet of ours. We've been gifted with this experience that lasts, in the grand scheme of things, not that long. And your goal is to have fun and make the most of it. To try to avoid wasting your days and years by being miserable, to try to keep yourself healthy enough so that you can do everything that you want to do and enjoy your life. And the moment you crack that case, baby, I think you're going to have more fun on the ride. So good for you. I'm proud of you. Keep going. All right, when we come back, we'll hear from you. We got more dispatches working their way in. We got this punk, this young kid that they busted.
Rat.
He's a real definition of a street rat in New York City, and they just don't know what to do with this kid. I have some ideas. I have some things that possibly might work in this circumstance. So we'll get to that. We'll get to you. We'll get to the next episode. We'll get to Fritz on the street. We're loaded up on a Wednesday, and that is coming up next on the News Junkie.
Real radio is
The Monsters in the Morning.
I lost the power in the bedroom years ago. And I don't
We got to take it back, Russ.
I don't think I'm ever going to get it back.
The Monsters in the Morning.
Real Radio 104.1.
There's a crash on State Road 408 eastbound near the Greenway. An accident's getting cleared up on Lake Mary Boulevard near Sanford Avenue. Traffic still slowing down on I-4 in that Lake Buena Vista area between Osceola Parkway and after State Road 535. There's congestion on Orange Blossom Trail near the Ramp Junction where Florida's Turnpike and the Beach Line meet. If you see traffic troubles, call the Valvoline Instant Oil Change Traffic Tip Line at 866-676-8477. From the Traffic Center, I'm James Birmingham.
This report is sponsored by the 47 Morning Update.
If you voted for Donald Trump, then you've got to start your day with the 47 Morning Update with me, Ben Ferguson. All the headlines from Trump's Oval Office, it's quick, it's bold, and it's unfiltered. So download the 47 Morning Update now wherever you get your...
See, let's do a 12 here. Go, Mike Squad. It's time for Sean's Health Tips. I got one for you. Sean's Health Tips. Okay. A doctor has said there is a 30-second test that can determine whether or not you have a brain tumor. A brain tumor test. And anybody could do this. You could do this right now. We could see chat if anybody has a brain tumor. I recommend you try it. Now, this is important for me. My father had a brain tumor about the size of a golf ball that they had to yoke out of his head. He had to have brain surgery. And I'll never forget afterwards, he was just sitting there in the hospital bed and he was like, I had brain surgery. And I said, yes, you did. Yeah, you did. How much did they take out? He He was a little different after the brain surgery and the brain tumor. He was very sensitive to sounds around him, like an acoustic kid. He was very sensitive to like a lot of noises around him. But the doctor says we can determine whether you have a brain tumor by doing a simple test. Ready? You take your hand flat and you go, uh-oh. And then you flip. If you can do this, oh, I'm screwing it up a little bit. Oh man, I might have a brain tumor. Okay, like this. And then you switch and flip your hand back and forth. And if you can do that, the doctor is alleging that you do not have a brain tumor. That's the test. Try it out. Hopefully you're brain tumor free since 2023. But it's worth trying, making sure you don't have a brain tumor. Mr. Predicto, do I have a brain tumor?
There is no doubt.
I did the thing. No, I did the... Oh, I keep screwing it up. That's a little alarming. I double up sometimes. You're supposed to go up, down, up, down with your hand on top of your other hand. Flip, from side to side of your hand. And every once in a while, I do jumble it up. Up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down. I got that. 2 minutes. Hang on. Insecure Walrus, is the audio video out of sync right now? Because I'll have C-Lane fix that. You guys got to tell me when it's out of sync.
Quitting tobacco is hard, but you know what's also hard? Realizing that your addiction is taking 10 years off your life. But you know what's also hard? Trying to catch your breath after just a few flights of stairs. But you know what's also hard? Dealing with a cough that won't go away and thinking it's the start of something worse, like lung cancer. But you know what's hard too? Feeling your heart race after just a short walk and wondering if this is how a heart attack begins. But you know what's also hard? Telling your family you may not be around to see your next birthday. But you get the point.
Quitting tobacco is hard, but the consequences are even harder. Tobacco-Free Florida has free resources that can improve your chances of...
False alarm. I think he meant the skull mic audio video is out of sync, which is very different, and I didn't need to panic, but we're coming back now.
To Money podcast. Let's say you do live in a state that gives you a tax break on $529. That's great, but don't invest those dollars once you put them in. We're all about investing in a 529 plan. Typically, right? You want that tax advantage money to grow. But as you get close to needing to spend the money, de-risking is crucial. In uncertain financial times, How to Money is here to help. Open your free iHeartRadio app, search How to Money, and start listening today.
Look to Orange Buick GMC for your next truck at orangebuickgmc.com. We are professional grade.
Real Radio has your chance to win $1,000. Just enter this nationwide keyword on our website, HAPPY, H-A-P-P-Y, HAPPY. Enter it now on our website, realradio.fm. Good luck.
Real Radio 104.1.
Riding the daily roller coaster of viral news from the front row. It's
a lot on the way here on the show. We'll get geared up for the next episode. We got Fritz on the street. We got an update on that stepmom, stepson thing that was real weird. We will figure out what's going on there, why there's an update, and so much more. Right now, what do you do with a 12-year-old? What do you do with a 12-year-old kid that is like acting up, committing crimes, really just like attacking people, robbing people?
You're so grounded.
Little kid. Actually, this kid started, hang on. He started when he was 11 getting involved in stuff like this. They call him the babyface terror. And this little guy, this story from the New York Post says, pint-sized punk busted in Times Square cop beatdown is suspected ringleader of Central Park migrant robbery crew. And so he's just a little dude, 12-year-old migrant boy, busted in a violent subway mugging, got out with a slap on the wrist, because that's what we do, is now accused of being part of a rowdy mob that attacked 2 cops in Times Square over the weekend. The pint-sized perp is also believed to be the ringleader of a migrant robbery crew behind a string of muggings in Central Park. Oh, I don't know. Send him home. If he's 11 or 12 years old, where are his parents? Find the parents. And if the parents aren't here legally, send them home, please. Why would we just deal with this? 11-year-old little kid terrorizing everything in New York City. They say he's the ringleader of a group at 11 or 12? The babyface terror.
That's real go-getter.
Here he is. This is the little guy getting arrested by the NYPD. Straight up a little kid. I mean, that's just what I'm looking at here.
And he beat up 2 cops?
A little kid. He was involved in a group of people that were attacking these cops in New York. He's they call him the ringleader of this gang of little kids that goes all around Times Square and robs people and stuff.
Leadership
and they've arrested him multiple times. The little guy, like, why are you being brought down by a tyke? This is a little kid. Slap him around. Take the kid and go, hey, where are you supposed to be? Where are your parents at? What's going on here? Are your parents a member of this gang, Trendagua, that you're allegedly a part of at the 12 years old, for God's sake? Why would we just go, all right, well, we'll arrest him, and then we'll let him go again, and then we'll do this 5, 6, 7. He has a rap sheet. He has a growing rap sheet as a tween now.
It all gets cleared at 18.
This kid, get him out of here. Find his parents. If they're in here in the country illegally, bounce them. Why would you just let that happen over and over and over again?
And
because
send him to
a
a country he's never been to before?
No, send him to a country where he grew up. He's in this country illegally.
You said migrant.
Yes, it's an illegal immigrant in New York City. They're being friendly in some of the article language, but he's an 11-year-old who's here illegally, who is believed to be linked to the violent Venezuelan gang Trendagua, which just means water train or something, something train, in a youth crew offshoot known as the Diablos de la 42, or the Devils of 42nd Street. And they're these little mobster kids. It's like, what's going on? Why are you just dealing with this, man? This is the
guys. You can't go down to 42nd Street. The Diablos are there.
Yeah, these like little kids are going to terrorize your city. This is what happens when there's too many rich people.
That's how Kramer
in control
got beat
of
up.
laws. This is rich people in control of laws, and they go, "We don't care because we live in Martha's Vineyard. We live in these enclaves in New York City. So we want all these really bad policy ideas and laws for all the other people to have to deal with." Right? You go, but there's a 12-year-old gang member terrorizing our neighborhood with a whole bunch of other young kids who aren't even supposed to be here. And you go, okay, well, then get rid of them. And the rich people who are in these like walled, gated areas, they don't have to deal with the impacts of their bad ideas. They go, no. He's just a young boy. He deserves some time in America. Get out of here, dude. Sorry. Why do we have to pretend?
So we give up on him?
Yes, 100%. Yeah, a 12-year-old with a growing rap sheet and who's a gang member allegedly doing all these things. See you later. Because there is a huge line of little kids, adults, and everybody else who have a dream to be an American, who many of them have been waiting to do this legally for the longest time. And all these other people who are causing problems can piss off and go back home. And the people who want to be here and want to do good and want to assimilate with our culture and want to be respectful and follow the rules and obey the laws, hell yeah, brother, let's go. I think most people are on board with this idea of immigration. I don't want these people breaking a bunch of laws and stuff. And if you have to scoop them out, even if there's a headline that says you booted a 12-year-old, so what? Find his parents and send him there. That's their problem to deal with, not society's. Like everybody else just have to deal with culture rot because of some policies a bunch of losers tell you to do. No way, man. No more. Let us know what you think. Go over to thenewsjunkie.com. Send us a dispatch right now. Arnott says, put him on a Frontier flight. He might sign up for the $1,000 Trump is giving away. You get a grand in your hand.
That's
just
a lot
like here.
to it's 11, 12-year-old.
That is. That's a lot of cash right there. See you later, buddy. A lot of people chiming in on this. We'll get to some of those comments here in just a moment. And a lot of people saying, time for some re-education at Alcatraz University. You're not going to fix this kid. There's too much work that's required. When you have a 12-year-old hellion, there's too much. It's already too far gone. Their parents have screwed up already. Their parents said, I don't care. I'm not involved. I'm not paying enough attention. I'm not going to punish the kid when they're doing wrong. I'm not going to even raise the kid. The world will raise the kid. And the kids just do whatever they want. So that's not on the rest of us to fix, I don't think, as society. Pint-sized punk busted in Times Square cop beatdown, they say. All right, we'll go over to you momentarily. We had a couple other things to catch up on. We heard yesterday about this huge seizure of fentanyl at the border, I guess, where the cartel was involved, the Sinaloa cartel, and they're releasing some more photographs of what they got. A lot of drugs, a lot of money. The car that was busted is a real piece of junk.
Yeah.
Do you think, is that done on purpose to like, hey, let's not be conspicuous here. We've got a lot of drugs and money in this car.
Sometimes I think it's stupid when somebody who's a lot of their income comes from drugs has a real like tricked out car,
flashy.
Yeah,
that's a dumb idea. This is probably smarter. That's why they're so successful. These guys. Here's another bunch of like these big giant plastic totes of all these drugs. It's so much that they apprehended. And
that looks like my garage.
I have those storage bins.
Yeah,
I do too.
Instead of drugs, it's a bunch of useless crap.
Then there's a big old bag of $100 bills. I don't know. What's a stack that big? Are we looking at like, is that 10 grand? Those stacks? They're all like rubber banded up. What are your guesses there?
Money.
It's more than 1,000, right? That's more than 10 bills. So
I think a stack is supposed to be 1,000.
I think it's 10,000. I think it's a stack is supposed to be 100 bills, so 10,000.
10 grand, yeah. If that's 10 grand, that's a lot. That's a lot of money that they have along with the drugs that they apprehended. A couple of guns, including my favorite one, which looks like it's from the 1700s.
That looks like one you have a duel with. That's a dueling gun.
Just in case.
We'll meet at 50 paces and turn towards each other. That one looks like a fun time. But the
Bring
DEA
your second.
Showing off what they got out of that particular bust. And they said 49 firearms, some with switches, some ghost guns, $610,000 in currency. It's a lot of money.
A Ford Raptor and a GMC Denali. GMC Denali probably isn't that bad.
I think the Raptors are pretty cool too. I think those are like more rare. 396 kilos of fentanyl pills. Boy, oh boy. Okay, I'm gonna ask AI. Hang on, I'll ask Grok how many people this would kill. All right, here is the DEA drug take. How many people could this kill? It's got to be a lot. I mean, it's so much fentanyl alone that we're looking at here. And all right, let me ask Grok. There we go. 11.5 kilograms of powdered fentanyl, 396 kilograms of fentanyl pills, 1.5 kilograms of cocaine, 3.5 kilograms of heroin, and 7 pounds of methamphetamine. What's that going to take out total? Fatal dose, they're calculating.
Beep, boop, beep, boop.
Yeah, it's getting all the fentanyl powder calculated. Man, Grok is really going into
So people
depth.
are taking it by the pill, huh?
I guess so, yeah.
Oh, yeah. I mean, it's not a pill of...
I thought I saw in Euphoria it's a snort. Or it's getting mixed up with cocaine.
It says the total of the seized drugs could potentially kill between 6 and 10 million people. 6 and 10 million people could OD on this amount of drugs that they got from the DEA. That's what's happening out there, man. I don't know. War on drugs didn't work very well.
Just say no or something.
That didn't work very well either. Your brain on drugs didn't work very well. I don't know.
What do we remember
do?
That one?
If you completely lock down the border and make it so there's no drugs going back and forth, which would be a pretty hard task to do.
Yeah, and there's plenty.
It would probably improve that.
Of American-born drug dealers that will find a way.
Oh, I don't know, though. What percentage of these kind of drugs don't come from America. I don't think they're cooking up cocaine in the U.S. in big numbers.
No, they're just cutting it here.
Hang on. Let's see. Yeah, but that's, you could solve the problem by stopping it from coming over the border still. What percentage of these drugs come from the U.S.? We mostly send guns over, just for the record. That's what Mexico doesn't like, that we send across our borders to them. But it's probably a lot. Primary origin. The DEA indicates the majority of fentanyl in the U.S. is manufactured abroad, primarily by Mexican cartels. The 90% of fentanyl seizures happen at ports of entries on the U.S.-Mexico border. So that's where they're at least seizing them. 90% of the seizures are coming from that U.S.-Mexico border. Sucks, man. The fentanyl in particular is just so bad. A lot of people dying. Some of your friends maybe taken out by this. It's a real son of a bitch. But what do we do? Let us know what you think. Send us a dispatch. Go to thenewsjunkie.com right now. When we come back, the next episode with Sabrina. What's coming up on the next episode?
I'll tell you right now if this thing would work, but it's not. So 3, 2, 1, and what's coming up on the next episode? We got a new movie and thusly a new popcorn bucket, but can we bang it? Where there's smoke, there's fire, and apparently where there's smoky, there's sexual misconduct, allegedly. Plus, an update on the suspected terrorist that tried to bomb Lady Gaga's concert. He's got a rah reason. All that and so much more coming up on the next episode.
And that is coming up next on the News Junkie.
Coming up tonight on Real Radio at 7, it's a corporate time with Tom and Dan, brought to you by Gringos Locos and Modern Plumbing Industries. At 8 p.m., it's Good Sauce with Ross and Joel. At 9, it's Real Laughs, followed by Real Music Weekends at 10 on Real Radio 104.1 and on your free iHeartRadio app.
This weather report is brought to you by Mills Air.
I'm Fox 35 Storm Team meteorologist Jessica Dobson with a check of your Central Florida forecast on this Wednesday. And today we are going to be expecting the return of hot temperatures and shower and thunderstorm chances. So for today, we'll see highs right around the upper 80s and low 90s. High of around 90 today in Orlando with around a 60% chance of showers and storms. Most of these won't arrive until the mid to late afternoon hours, so they'll begin to develop around 2 and 3 o'clock. And
let's go, Mike. Hang on. Go, Mike Squad. What do we do with the 12-year-old? What do we do with him? Do we baby him? Do we say, well, he's just a little kid? Or if he's in the country illegally, do we find his parents and boot him? Because why would you deal with that? Like, imagine this. For those of you who are like bleeding heart, suicidal empathy types, imagine this. Imagine, let's say, Caracas, Venezuela. Imagine some 11, 12-year-old American goes there. And his parents are like nowhere to be found. They don't give a damn about him. And the 12-year-old and a whole bunch of other Americans who are illegally in Venezuela are just causing crime and harassing people and robbing people. And Venezuela was like, we're going to take the 12-year-old and send him back to the United States of America. It's your problem. Even the most empathetic amongst us must admit that that would be an absolutely fine and normal and smart response, right? 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 Also, still taking your hot takes. Hot take, colon, and then tell me what it is. Tracy says 12-year-old is enough to know better. Oh, yeah. Not only is 12 years old enough to know better, it's also old enough to know the system isn't going to come down on you. You're old enough to know, and the adults around you have told you that you can commit whatever crimes you want and do whatever you want and face no real punishment because you're a kid. And in the United States of America, our justice system is not set up to deal with kids. For instance, a 7-year-old could murder somebody and they would probably never spend a day in jail. Our justice system is not dealt to do things that way, so therefore the bad guys go in and take advantage of that. That's what happens. BDM ex-con says, need to punish people, but also locking up children is how you get Batman. Is it? Or Joker, perhaps? All I want is for Joker to be somebody else's problem, not ours. Other countries love it. They love it. They're like, oh, no, we don't want him. Keep him in your country. Rand says, did he just call his dispatches hot takes? No, hot takes are only for the chat, where you can just say hot take : and tell me what your hottest, spiciest take is, and we'll analyze together to see if you're right. Two minutes. Who is going to win Fritz on the Street is another question you should be asking yourself right about right now. Hot cakes with syrup, says Bootsy. Look, you do you. You know how I do my thing. I'm old-fashioned. Raw dog that thing. Hot take, the justice system is not set up for kids or rich people. Oh, you couldn't be more wrong. The justice system is definitely set up for rich people. It's set up for them to absolutely take advantage of it and not face any jail time despite the crimes that they commit on a daily basis. It's perfectly set up for them. Coming back.
Free iHeartRadio app today.
Not everyone who handles your personal information is as careful as you are, which might explain why there's a victim of identity theft every 5 seconds in the United States. Fortunately, there's LifeLock. LifeLock will monitor hundreds of millions of data points a second for threats to your identity. And if your identity's stolen, a U.S.-based restoration specialist will fix it guaranteed, or your money back. Save 40% your first year with my name, Clay, as your promo code at LifeLock.com. LifeLock. For the threats you can't control, terms apply.
Real Radio is on Instagram at Real Radio 1041. Sponsored by the law offices of Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Have you been in an accident? Call the law offices of Anajar and Levine at 1-800-747-FREE.
That's 1-800-747-3733.
They're best friends, unless they're fighting. Are they fighting? It's the
in the world of entertainment and beyond. Real quick here. If you want to hang out with us and see Fritz on the Street go down in the studio, you can tune in, watch the show. Go to youtube.com/thenewsjunkie. You'll see the live stream right there, and you can watch us and hang out with us in chat and be part of Fritz on the Street. That's coming up in just a bit. So pile on in, jump on in, youtube.com/thenewsjunkie. All right, it's time. Here we go. Let's do the next episode.
Because there's a lot on TV, and you can't possibly keep up with all of it, even though you should, because what else are you going to talk about?
And you thought you was going to get on your flight, and you thought you was going to get on your flight, and you thought it was like...
Nothing. Weather's nice. It's time for the next episode with Sabrina. Hey, smoke weed every day.
Hold up. The next episode brought to you by That Mortgage Guy Don, thatmortgageguydon.com. That's his website. You also tune into the Home Loans Radio Show every weekend. Most importantly, he's an expert, but your friend. He's looking out for you and your family. And when it comes to big life decisions, refinancing, buying your first dream home, expanding your business, or maybe starting your first one, you got to work with someone who's looking out for you, and that's That Mortgage Guy Don. Start the process today by going to thatmortgageguyDon.com.
Don't miss the boat, compare your quote with thatmortgageguyDon.com.
It was 60 years ago,
That one got me.
1965. Keith Richards.
Yeah.
Keithy Rich. He fell asleep in the early hours of the morning while improvising on a new guitar in his hotel room in Clearwater, Florida. After dozing off, he woke up and couldn't remember the riff, but he noticed a tape recorder he'd left running. Played back the opening for what song?
Satisfaction.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. Satisfaction.
Welcome to the program,
Fritz.
Fritzy.
Hello.
How the heck are ya?
Good. How are you?
Are you getting satisfaction or still can't get no?
What do you mean?
Weird.
Huh?
It's a weird question to ask him.
You can be satisfied outside of the bedroom, if that's what you were immediately thinking.
And
You're
now
satisfied
you're
in life.
directing sexual questions to him?
So why was it weird?
I mean, it just seems weird to be like, hey, are you sexually satisfied?
I said, are you satisfied?
Did you not follow that up with a question about the bedroom, too?
No, you followed up immediately with that was weird, and so I said I wasn't speaking sexually, but...
the answer is yes.
All right, there we go. Someone who is not very satisfied, or I guess, I don't know, if succumbing to a legal threat is satisfaction, then congratulations, the Sphere, because that's exactly what happened with Bey.
Excuse me?
Beyonce.
Okay.
Beyonce and James Dolan, they have some beef after the former chose not to perform at the Sphere in Vegas.
Oh,
That was the plan, that was the rumor, didn't happen, and the newfound rivalry took a new twist over the weekend. Well, the Cowboy Carter wrapped up the very first weekend at SoFi Stadium in L.A. So Beyonce was forced to change her graphics package because the Sphere threatened a giant lawsuit. In a rectangle form, not in a sphere. Beyonce, I guess at some point, and I really tried not to spoil this for myself.
Yeah, I was
but
just going to say this is a spoiler for you going to see the show
not
soon.
Not really, but she took it out. So I guess spoiler free.
Yeah.
And no lawsuit. They were actively considering at some point a residency at the Sphere around the same time that they announced Cowboy Carter. She reportedly asked for a huge sum of Beyonce money, and when they did not give her that, she just raised the prices on the tickets, and we paid for that in a credit card. And instead, there are even some rumors that she was considering a 100-night run at the Sphere. Negotiations ultimately fell through, and Beyonce wanted the Sphere to go dark for at least 2 weeks for the rehearsals. So neither side budged, boppity boop, fast forward to last week.
They should have done that.
Absolutely.
That would have been smart.
Beyonce began the Cowboy Carter tour at the home of the Chargers and Rams in 2 points on the board, sports.
California.
Inglewood is what I was looking for. And
Always
one of the interlude videos featured the Sphere. And in the video, you have 400-foot tall Beyonce picking up the Sphere to welcome the people to the concert.
That's dope.
Whoa.
And the Sphere got really upset at it and tried to sue her ass, so now they've taken it out of the interlude. And we'll see if Giant Beyonce will be involved moving forward. I'll let you know once I'm there in July, because I'm actively, constantly avoiding spoilers. Suspected Brazil terrorists, speaking of spoiler alert, they spoiled his plans to absolutely bomb the ass out of Lady Gaga's concert.
That was a big concert. A lot of people.
2.5 million to be exact.
That's so crazy to think about.
It's insane. I would never. Can I tell you that much?
No. Mm-mm.
What do you mean 2.5 million people went to a concert?
Yeah, not even if it was free, if you were saying, we'll give you a ride there. No way.
I'm trying to think. I've never been anywhere close to a million crowd.
No,
maybe
either.
A couple 100,000. I think Bonnaroo's, is it Bonnaroo 100,000?
Not at the same place at the same time.
I'll check.
Oh, $2.5 million. Sounds like anxiety to me, and that was almost completely foiled.
Bonnaroo is 70 to 80,000.
That's for the whole festival, though.
And I got, and Childish Gambino, I remember a couple years ago, as soon as we got to the show, I said, Michael, Radio Michael 7, we got to go now. I can't see anything. I'm just a sardine, and I feel...
Too many people.
So $2.5 million, and it's a record-breaking concert, and it almost became a bomb concert because there was a terrorist who wanted to bomb it.
One of those bomb concerts.
Yeah, not da bomb, just bombs at it. They believe the singer is a Satanist, so that's why they wanted to bomb the entire thing. The Civil Police Secretary, Officer Felipe Curi, revealed new details about Luis da Silva. He said that the singer was a Satanist and that he was going to perform a Satanist ritual too, killing a child during the show. So he sounds like a sound body and mind.
And you can't do that, right?
Yeah, she got hit from both sides. The Satanists were going to attack this, and there was like an anti-gay thing that they were trying to get some people to bomb Lady Gaga. There was two different things going on.
Well, one and the same if you ask the craziest person. On May 4th, law enforcement arrested Da Silva and a teenage accomplice. Just hours before the concert began, the pair allegedly planned to discharge guns and improvise explosive into the crowd of 2.5 million concertgoers. Could you imagine the stampede if that all went down?
Oh, my God.
So thank God they stopped it.
More people would have died from the stampede by
far. Doubt.
By far than whatever explosion happened.
And I'm almost running out of time. Let's cover this quickly. 85-year-old, this guy right here.
Happy Chinooka. I have no idea what Chinooka
Smokey
is.
Robinson.
That is correct.
Happy Chinooka.
Happy Chinooka, y'all. And
Happy Chinooka.
happy sexual misconduct allegations to Smokey Robinson. Him and his wife, Frances, are facing sexual misconduct allegations from not one, not two.
His wife is, too?
But 4 former housekeepers, Mr. and Mrs. Robinson, got weird with them. They claim Smokey raped them.
Okay.
Several times over the years, and Frances didn't do enough to stop it. Some alleging that she actually enabled the whole thing. She knew what was going on, didn't do anything to stop it. They also claim Frances was a horrible boss. But I think Smokey, way worse, if the allegations are true. We'll see.
4 different people saying this?
4 different people.
All
They're
right.
seeking at least how much in damages?
Oh, I don't know.
Chinooka?
50 million.
Smokey, 80 million.
50 million is.
Oh, was it?
You saw the story?
No, I did not.
So
That's shocking.
Andy Samberg, Robbie Hoffman, Jessica Pratt is going to be there. 13th season finale of The Masked Singer. How does that make sense? They have 3 seasons in 1 year.
They have a lot of them.
We covered the first one, and that was pre-COVID.
And then now the people aren't even really famous anymore.
How dare you?
Really?
Pretty sure, I forgot who was just revealed. Yep. Celebrity Wheel of Fortune, 2nd season finale of Wild Cards, Jeopardy Masters. You can catch Kerry Washington and Counting Crows on Fallon. Follow your dreams and me on Instagram, at Sabrina Ambra, and most importantly, stay with me, Chinookas.
Smoke weed every day. Thank you, Sabrina. Counting Crows. Still love that dude, he fooled me for so long with his hair.
Yeah.
I always thought,
There's
I was
a
like,
lot
damn.
of them doing that.
Adam Duritz. Adam Duritz. I always saw that kind of, I was like, yeah, he's got that cool head of hair. He's got like dreads, and he's been with all these people. And then I go, oh, that's fake? Wait, you're kidding me.
That's
that guy,
fake. Coolio's?
Coolio's hair was fake. Yeah.
And isn't there a rumor that Hulky's hair is fake?
I wouldn't be
Under
surprised.
the bandana?
It's just really a letdown. You know, you believe things, and then the whole world is just
My
fake.
hair's fake, too.
No way.
Yeah, as soon as I take the headphones off, the whole...
It comes off with it?
Yep.
That would be awesome.
Full bald.
If it was like one of those Guy Fieri hats, you know, that makes you look like him, but like
I mean,
you
the
take
ones
your
you get
headphones
at
off.
a merch store by the beach?
Speaking of Radio Michael 7 again, did you guys see where he just went?
No, what did he do?
He went to some snow skiing meetup where
that
everybody...
cocaine?
No. No, snow skiing, where everybody dresses like Guy Fieri.
No way.
That doesn't surprise me. He's a character, that Radio Michael 7. He gets out to these kind of places. He's the guy who would go to that.
What the hell is Michael doing?
He's good.
He's figured it out, by the way. He's enjoying his life. He's having a good time. I can tell. I look at Radio Michael 7 from afar or up close, and I go, that's a man who's having a good time. So good for you, RM7. Happy Chinooka to you, too. Quick break. When we come back, Fritz on the Street.
Let's go.
That is coming up next on the News Junkie.
This week on The Jim Colbert Show, we got prizes, tickets to AC/DC and John Mulaney, plus $1,000 each hour. The Jim Colbert Show, weekdays at 3.
Hang on.
Go, Mike Squad. Hey. Fritz in the Street when we're coming back, so somebody needs to be on my team. It's pretty close right now, honestly. It's been a pretty heated battle in Fritz on the Street. If you've never heard, if you're just stumbling upon the stream right now, we play a game. It's a fun show to break things up, and then we'll get right back to the drama and the craziness. But Fritz on the Street is coming up next, and we all play for somebody. So if you get our attention in chat, you could be the person that we represent. Now, what do you think about this? Hang on, let me see how much time we got. Okay, what do you think about this? There was a story that was going viral on TikTok about this woman who said things are expensive. She didn't have the financing. So even though it was her time to bring team snacks for the kids' baseball team, she brought nothing. She said, I don't care. I didn't bring anything along with me. I refuse to participate in the snack duties for my son's baseball team. She said she doesn't want to be on the hook financially for the entire team's snacks. All the other moms and dads do this. But she says, somebody please tell me if I'm a bad person. I'm annoyed. I'm really annoyed. My son's on the baseball team. And I guess the parents have this tradition where every other parent has to bring a snack, which is nothing new. If you've been playing kids' sports for the last 30 years, you're familiar with this. One family each time brings the snacks for the rest of the kids. And this woman says, it's inconvenient and it's expensive. Fine, do whatever you guys want to do, but when I signed my kid up, I paid my dues. I did not pay to be going to the grocery store. Rushed into the grocery store in between shifts, in between my life, to bring back some snack for all the other kids when other parents have more money than me. She said all the other parents are mad at her now. Everybody's frustrated with me. They give me dirty looks, and I said, no, I'm not going to do it. And her son is pissed off. He's like, can you bring a snack? No, I'm not bringing 27 snacks for 27 kids. What do you think? Is it bullshit? Or should you just suck it up and be like the rest of the parents and get the kids some fruit by the foot? This does not seem like rocket science. For real. I could go get enough, what are they called? Like sip-ups. I could get enough. What are the ones that you have to put the straw on the bottom because the top always screws up? The little fruit drink things. You could get those. You could get any kind of like sip-ups for a couple of bucks. And then you could get like a thing of bags of chips for like maybe 10 bucks. For easy, for 12 bucks, you could get snacks for all these kids. $12 to $15 snacks for everybody on the baseball team, and you don't look like an asshole. Capri Sun, thank you. Capri Suns. I could get a whole thing of Capri Suns. Each kid gets one of them. Those are cheap. Then get the big things of the small bags of chips. Every kid gets one of those. Done. Done. Tracy says, I'm team mom. I'm in charge of snacks. Good for you. That's the right thing to do. If my mom didn't show up on snack day with some good stuff, I'd have been so pissed off. That's so cheap. By the way, your kid is getting a snack, dumbass. And every other week when the teams play, your kid is getting a snack for free. So the other parents are paying for all of these snacks for your kid, and then you won't do the same. Oh, is it hot out there? Sweaty Betty from Shinetti. What? Hey, dude. Hey, dude. She likes the bet. So it's a winner. Winner, chicken dinner. I got to do Fritz on the street. Thank you. How was it out there? Hot. Hot? Yeah. You did it, though. They said it couldn't be done. But you did it.
True. Okay.
What else is going on?
Don't be ridiculous on your audience scores.
What does that mean?
Like sometimes you'll be like 0 or 1.
I don't say 0 that much.
Just don't be ridiculous.
What should I say if I don't know?
5.
Should I say 5 for everything?
No.
But if I don't know, say 5.
Who died in this last week?
I don't know. Who died?
I don't know. Ask who died.
Who died, everybody? What am I supposed to know? I only have 1 minute and 15 seconds. Who died? What are my tips? Don't give me all the tips. I gotta pick somebody to represent though. The girl behind the door emerges. I just went shopping for the charcuterie board I'm bringing to an event. Oh, charcuterie. Remember that thing you found where it was like a tackle box with charcuterie for the beach? That's nice. I want to do that.
Okay.
I gotta go.
Okay.
It's been nice hanging with you. See you later. The cops are gonna come see you, by the way, because you've been taking too much THC. And cops are coming for you. Bad boys, bad boys. Bad girls. All right, we'll come back.
Live from the JustCallMo.com studios. Got questions after an accident? Just call Mo. Visit JustCallMo.com or dial 1-800-CALL-MO. This is WTKS-FM HD1 Cocoa Beach, Orlando. An iHeartRadio station. Make us the #1 preset on your car radio and on the free new and improved iHeartRadio app. Listen for all your music, radio, and podcasts. Free never sounded so good.
Real Radio has your chance to win $1,000. Just enter this nationwide keyword on our website, bank, B-A-N-K, bank. Enter it now on our website, realradio.fm. Good luck.
Send us a dispatch and join the ranks of the great 5%ers.
Greatest game in all of radio. And for those of you who asked, those of you who wondered, Fritz is in the house today. We'll get to him just momentarily here on the show. You can send us a dispatch to join us or send an email, tips@thenewsjunkie.com, tips@thenewsjunkie.com. Okay. Fritz on the Street is coming up in a moment. That means we got to pick who we represent in the game. I represent somebody, Sabrina represents somebody, C-Lane represents somebody. If we win, you win. You get your hands on the FOTS Hitman Magnet. I checked this one right here, plus 2 more are the final ones, and then we're going to get Fritz's new design out there into the world. And if
that was
you
just
want
a picture of your penis, I thought, right?
No,
I believed it was blurred out.
Oh.
No, I didn't blur it out. Just for the record.
Whoopsie.
I'm picking MPWS over on YouTube. I will fight for you and Fritz on the street. Who are you picking, Sabrina?
They didn't ask for it, but Jack just delivered a lovely gift for the 3 of us from I'm Not a Hippie. Good afternoon, TNJ. This is to show my appreciation for you all. Check out page 59. I have not opened it yet, but it's the book that he wrote.
Oh, cool.
So we'll have to maybe after, but I'm picking I'm not a hippie.
All right, I'm not a hippie for Sabrina. What about you, C-Lane?
I picked Bam Bam that sent in that dispatch.
Okay, Bam Bam on the dispatch side. And right now, ladies and gentlemen, the suits couldn't hold him back and couldn't hold him down. There's nobody better out there. A very talented man, the one, the only. Fritz, are you ready to go?
Yes, sir.
All right, let's do Fritz on the street.
Now it's time for Fritz on the Street.
Hello, Sabrina. Hello, C-Lane. Hello, Sean.
Hi, Fritz.
Hey, Fritzy.
Hey.
Hi. Fritz on the Street, sponsored by Mo DeWitt. Injured on the go, just call Mo. That number, 1-800-CALL-MO. 1-800-CALL-MO. In first place with 124 points, that would be Miss Sabrina Ambra.
Hi.
In second place, 3 points removed with 121 points, that would be Mr. Christopher Lane. And in third place, 4 points removed from Sabrina with 120 points, Mr. Sean Wasson.
All right.
So 124, 121, 120. 8 questions, 4 current event questions, and 4 general knowledge trivia questions. I go to the bar, so you don't have to. I ask patrons after Fritz's Funhouse, my trivia night, and then they answer. You have to guess how many out of 8 got it right.
What was the crowd like at Cavo's last night?
Mm-hmm. We had 8 teams, and it was a good night.
Good food.
It was a very good night.
Good bartenders at Cabo's, and even better trivia on Tuesday nights with Fritz's Funhouse Trivia. Good stuff.
Somewhere, yeah. All right. Yeah. Absolutely.
Noted.
So, if you guys are ready, and you're all in, let's start Fritz on the Street. Question number 1. Over the weekend, which horse won the Kentucky Sea Lane?
Sovereignty.
Sovereignty is correct. Which horse won the Kentucky Derby? Sea Lane, out of 8 answers, how many do you think said Sovereignty?
I'm going to go with 6.
6.
Ooh, 5.
5 for Sean and 5 for Sabrina. Question 1. With answers of 5 and 6. Let's see who knows. They're little tiny fast horsies. Over the weekend, which horse won the Kentucky Derby?
Nepotism? I never read it, now I forget.
Nepotism.
Oh my goodness, Sovereignty.
Sovereignty.
I don't know, pass.
Sovereignty? No clue. Don't know.
That would be 3.
Wow.
No points awarded
I
on
liked
that one.
Chunk of Gold. That's the one I bet on.
Yeah, I like journalism. Just 'cause,
Journalism was a fun one, too.
I believe in journalism.
Sure.
Mm-hmm.
Question 2. What is the NATO phonetic alphabet word for the letter E?
C-Lane.
C-Lane.
Echo.
Echo is correct. C-Lane, out of 8 answers, how many do you
owns
think
a drone.
said Echo?
5.
5.
7.
7 for Sabrina.
6.
And 6 for Sean. Question 2. With answers of 5, 6, and 7, who knows their alphabet? What is the NATO phonetic alphabet word for E?
Elephant?
Echo. Elephant? Echo?
Echo. Echo.
Elephant?
Edward?
That would be 4.
Damn.
So, C-Lane, with your guess of 5, you are picking up 1 point.
A lot of elephant guesses there.
Lots of elephants
You ever
in the
heard
world
a pilot
today.
say elephant?
No.
Grow up.
Question 3. On Tuesday, India launched airstrikes on
Sean.
9... Sean.
Pakistan.
Pakistan is correct. Full question.
I'm
On
not
Tuesday,
hippie if you want to pick up your gift. I don't think it's going well.
On Tuesday, India launched airstrikes on 9 locations in which country? Sean, out of 8 answers, how many do you think said Pakistan?
5.
This was in response, I believe, to the shooting.
4.
4 for C-Lane.
3.
And 3 for Sabrina. Question 3 with answers of 3, 4, and 5. Let's see who knows India's moves. On Tuesday, India launched airstrikes on 9 locations in which country?
Pakistan.
Pakistan. Pakistan. Pakistan.
I didn't know that. That's so sad. Pass.
China. Pakistan.
Pakistan?
That would be 6.
These all the people that said elephant earlier?
Yeah, same sampling. Sean, with your guess of 5, picking up 1 point. And now we move on to question 4. Go ahead.
We haven't gotten 1 on the nose at all so far?
0.
Jesus.
Question 4. That's the halfway point. And Fritz on the street after question 4, I will tell you so far who is leading on the day. And question 4 goes a little something like this.
Hit it.
Where is the zygomatic bone located in the human body?
Sabrina. Zygomatic bone. That would be...
zygomatic.
It's in your...
Grease lightning.
Zygomatic. Your hips.
That is incorrect.
Okay.
Sean.
Can you say the question one more time?
Yep. Where is the zygomatic bone located in the human body?
The zygomatic bone is located in...
Grease.
Your ear.
That is incorrect.
Son of a bitch.
C-lane.
Why you say it like that?
It's in your head.
It's in your head, yeah.
Oh, my God. Zombie.
It's your cheekbone.
Wow.
C-Lane, you got that right. Out of 8 answers, how many do you think said your head, your cheek, or your face?
Let's go with 4.
4.
6.
3.
6 for Sabrina and 3 for Sean. Question 4 with answers of 3, 4, and 6. Let's see if the curse is broken. 3 in a row without a ding. Could it be 4? Where is the zygomatic bone located in the human body?
Your cheeks?
Foot. The head?
I don't know, your hip. I have no idea. I don't know.
Chest? Pelvis?
Penis.
Right in the penis?
Right in the penis.
That would be the head.
Okay. What? Well.
That would be 2. Sean with a guess of 3, picking up 1 point. And that means through 4 with 4 remaining in first place with 4 points. C-Lane/Bam Bam. And second place with 3 points, Sean/MPWS. And in third points with 0 points, Sabrina/I'm not a hippie.
Not a great first half for us, guys.
This might be the worst game we've ever played.
Yeah, let's pull it together here. Let's go out there and put some numbers on the board.
Yeah, guess better, I guess.
All right, here we go.
Question 5. Recently, President Trump shared a Sabrina.
Why didn't I see?
Why would you stop there? Shared a controversial...
Well, Sean said his name earlier and asked for the question to be repeated. So I'll go ahead and get that question repeated.
No, you can't get the whole question like that. He hasn't said the whole question yet.
Not until the entire question has been said.
So Trump last week, controversial. He did what? Oh my gosh! Right at the tip of my tongue. Is it? No.
C-Lane.
Sean.
C-Lane.
Sabrina still has the 4.
Thank you so much.
Just turn everyone off.
I was about to. He did a controversial. Damn it. Pass.
C-Lane. He was the Pope.
Yeah, the Pope, yep.
God almighty. I mean, come on.
He got in there. Recently, President Trump shared a controversial AI image of himself as whom? Completes that question. C-Lane, out of 8 answers, how many do you think said the Pope?
I'm going to go with 6.
6.
7.
7 for Sabrina.
I don't know how I am so bad at saying my own name. I would think, oh, she got it wrong. And then I'm like, oh, now I would like to participate. And then too much goes on in my brain. I will say 4.
And 4 for Sean. Question 5 with answers of 4, 6, and 7. Could this snap the streak?
Ding, 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 ding.
All right. Someone's getting it right on the money. Who is it? Recently, President Trump shared a controversial AI image of himself as whom?
As the Pope, but there was another one.
The Pope. The Pope.
The Pope. The Pope. The Tiger King. Joe Exotic. I don't know.
That's it? Oh, the Pope.
The Pope. That would be 7. Sabrina's picking up 2 points on that one. And C-Lane with a guess of 6, picking up 1 point. Now we move on to question 6. That's 3 remaining. Which actress has had roles in films such as The First Wives Club, Father of the Bride, and Annie Hall?
C-Lane.
C-Lane.
Actress.
Mm-hmm.
Diane Keaton?
That is correct. C-Lane, out of 8 answers, how many do you think said Miss Diane Keaton?
4.
4.
5.
5 for Sabrina.
5.
And 5 for Sean. Question 6 with answers of 4 and 5.
Ding, 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 ding.
All right, that's 2 in a row. Somebody knows their Diane Keaton. Which actress has had roles in films such as The First Wives Club, Father of the Bride, and Annie Hall.
Gwyneth Paltrow. Pass. I don't know.
Julia Roberts?
I don't know. Diane Keaton.
Perfect.
Diane Keaton. Diane Keaton. Diane Keaton.
That would be 4. So C-Lane is hitting a 3-pointer on that one.
All right.
And Sean and Sabrina with your guesses of 5, each picking up 1 point.
Jesus, man.
I'm going to turn off C-Lane's microphone.
2 remaining now. Question 7. On Monday.
You could always just kill C-Lane.
I would never.
And then
I love Jackson too much, and
we automatically will win, though. We got a 1-up if that happens. I'm just throwing it out there. You don't have to do it now, but maybe if you do it someday.
For the record, won't kill C-Lane.
Well,
Okay,
I guess Sabrina doesn't want to win.
Pussy.
Question 7.
It'll be a small poison.
On Monday, Israel approved plans to seize which Palestinian Sean.
Gaza.
Gaza is correct. Seize which Palestinian territory? Sean, out of 8 answers, how many do you think said Gaza or the Gaza Strip?
8.
8.
Wow.
6.
6 for C-Lane.
5.
And 5 for Sabrina. Question 7 with answers of 5, 6, and 8. Let's see. On Monday, Israel approved plans to seize which Palestinian territory?
Gaza Strip. Gaza.
Gaza?
Gaza. Gaza.
Gaza? Gaza. The West Bank?
That would be 7. So Sean with a guess of 8 and C-Lane with a guess of 6, each picking up 1 point.
Oh, boy.
We move on now to the very last question, question 8. But before we do, let's take a look at the leaderboard. So far in first place with 10 points, C-Lane / Bam Bam.
10.
In second place with 6 points, Sean / MPWS. And in third,
Sabrina's still in the game. That's all we need to say.
In third place with 3 points, Sabrina / I'm not a hippie.
Yeah, the worst thing is I'm watching C-Lane over here just gloating and really.
This is the best game I've had all year.
He's pointing at his score on the scoreboard and like, look at me go, look at me go.
Here's the thing. Never mind.
Well, what?
I'm about
Say
to be
it.
so upset.
All right, here we go.
Question 8. What is the capital of Washington? C-Lane.
Washington.
Sabrina.
You're making fun of me, but you do that all the time.
Sabrina.
Capital of Washington is
Washingtonville.
Seattle.
That is incorrect.
Yeah.
Sean?
Capital of Washington.
Sabrina.
Why didn't you just go? Why are you doing it now?
Because I don't know.
I actually gave you space to go because you were sitting there so eager, you're champing at the bit to get a guess in.
Right.
Washington.
Capitals.
I know it's not Seattle, so it's got to be another city in Washington that is a capital. Tacoma.
That is incorrect.
Son of a bitch.
I'd like to hear the question, please.
What is the capital of Washington? What is the capital of Washington?
Use it in a sentence.
Someone is screaming at their screen right now.
I know, but I only know one place in Washington.
Which one is it? What?
The one you said already.
Oh.
Tacoma is the...
The capital of Washington is...
Charlottesville. It's Charlottesville.
Charlottesville.
That would be Olympia.
Oh.
Olympia. Sean, you got question 7 right. We will start with you. Out of 8 answers, how many do you think said Olympia?
Really thought it was going to be Charlottesville, but I will say 4.
4.
3.
3 for C-Lane.
2.
And 2 for Sabrina. Question 8 with answers of 2, 3, and 4.
Ding, 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 ding.
Someone knows and is picking up 2 points. Who could it be? What is the capital of Washington?
Nope. Blanking.
Olympia? Seattle. Olympia.
Seattle?
Spokane. Olympia?
Seattle?
That would be 3. So C-Lane is picking up 2 points on that one. And Sabrina and Sean with your guesses of 2 and 4, each picking up 1 point. That means we have the totals in winning on the day with 12 points. C-Lane / Bam Bam, congratulations. In second place with 7 points, Sean / MPWS. And in third place with 4 points, Sabrina / I'm not a hippie. That means in first place. And new leader on Fritz on the Street with 133 points. C-Lane in second place with 128 points, just 5 points removed. Sabrina Ambra, and in third place, 1 point removed from her with 127 points, Sean Wasson, and that is Fritz on the Street.
Thank you, Fritz.
Thank you, Fritzy.
There we go. Congratulations to Bam Bam. Email me, tips@thenewsjunkie.com with your info. We'll get you hooked up with that very rare magnet. From
rare.
Game of Magnets, the FOTS Hitman Magnet. There is only 100 of them on planet Earth, and you now have one, sir. So congrats. Fritz, thanks. We appreciate you. We love you.
Thank you.
And will you be hanging out with us today?
Yeah, I got, I think, 2 more Wednesdays left.
Wait, what?
Hell yeah.
Then I got to start my job, and then I have no idea.
Oh, do you
Give me your
lock in on a
employer's
job?
email.
I have a new job.
What?
I do, yep.
Is this anything we want to discuss, or do you want to?
I don't know yet.
All right, yeah.
I want to make sure it's cool. I mean, they probably are,
Talk to
okay
them,
with it, but
mention us, and then maybe we can do like a CC'd email where like we need him on Wednesdays.
Definitely. It's not the competition, I'll tell you that much. That would suck.
No. That'd be funny, actually.
Yeah,
all right, well, we're going to hang out with Fritz today. I'm excited about that. We got a lot of stuff to go over. As a matter of fact, strangely enough, this time last week was when Fritz said, hey, check out this story, Sean, and it was about the stepmom and the stepson.
Oh, we had a good time with that.
Weird.
And we have an update, believe it or not, on that story today, which I didn't expect.
Pregnant.
We're going to peer into the Diddy case, and when we return, we'll talk about something else that happened for the second time in like 2 weeks. I cannot believe this has happened again, but that is coming up next on the News Junkie.
Real radio is the Jim Colbert Show.
Today on the show, where are the love bugs? Plus, cops find something crazy during a traffic stop. At 4, we'll do Date Night Done Right. We'll talk to Glenn Klausman for Colbert Court. For trivia, it's tickets to Sold Out John Mulaney and AC/DC. Plus, Ross Padgett live in studio. 4 opportunities for you to win $1,000 plus your calls, text, and talk back.
The Jim Colbert Show, today at 3 on Real Radio 104.1.
From the Klausman Law Traffic Center, car crash, call Klausman Law. KlausmanLaw.com.
The right lane's getting affected due to an accident on I-4 eastbound before US 27. There's a crash on Lee Road by the interstate causing a bit of commotion there. Look out for an accident on Highway 1792 southbound before State Road 434. And there's a crash getting cleared up on State Road 408 eastbound at the Greenway there. If you see traffic troubles, call the Valvoline Instant Oil Change. Traffic tip line at 866-676-8477. From the Traffic Center, I'm James Birmingham.
This report is sponsored by Rapid Radios.
Rapid Radios are instant push-to-talk walkie-talkies offering national LTE coverage and no subscription ever. Perfect for instant contact with an aging parent. For a limited time, go to rapidradios.com and you'll get an extra 60% off, free UPS shipping, and add code radio for an extra 5% off.
Hey, Russ Rollins here. Do me a favor. Join the Monsters along with Savannah, the Queen of Gators. We'll be broadcasting our show live from Gatorland, and that's Friday the 16th. We're also going to be celebrating Gatorpalooza Fun Fest on May the 17th and 18th. It's Gatorpalooza. They're going to feature music, DJs, food, vendors, artisans. They're going to have games, giveaways, and it's the 5th annual Gatorland Florida Man Challenge on Saturday. Best of all, this extra fun is included in your regular admission, and Florida residents save half off. It's Gatorland's way to give back to the community.
Hey, it's that mortgage guy, Don. Good news. We offer HELOCs and home equity lines of credit with scores as low as 640. Find out if you're qualified today at thatmortgageguyDon.com.
With that mortgage guy, Don.com.
Want a big green egg? For the lowest price anywhere, go to Wassy's Meat Market. They'll deliver and set up your big green egg so that you'll be cooking.
School Mike! Ladies and gentlemen, I haven't seen any shocking or surprising hot takes so far. If I see one that's a standout, there may be a reward. There could be a reward. Hot take, Fritz would be a good spy. Would Fritz be a good spy? I don't know. Maybe. He's good at socializing, so he could do that. But would he be good at being sneaky? I don't know if he would. Maybe he would. Hot take, what's the deal with donut holes? Oh, God. You know what my hot take is? Donuts blow. In general, I have had very few donut experiences where I considered it a win. Almost every other pastry is more enticing to me than a donut. A donut is generally like this afterthought of a thing where it's maybe filled with some sort of jam or cream or Boston cream pie or whatever. And there's never really anything great about it. And afterwards, your body says a big giant fuck you to you for all the sugar and all the other nonsense in that food that you ate. I have a hot take on it. All donuts suck. All donuts suck. Every other pastry is better. Sorry. Cinnamon rolls are far better than donuts, says Alicia. Alicia, you are exactly right. If you walk into a room and there's a delectable, iced, warm, steamy cinnamon roll, and then buy it, it's a donut, it's not even a competition. This ain't the Pepsi challenge. This is a shoo-in for that cinnamon roll. Donuts suck. Donuts are effing awesome. Screw you, Sean, says Kyle. Where? What place and what donut? And if you type Dunkin' Donuts, I will boot you out of Mega Chat so fast your head will spin. Where? Where's this great donut? Well, a Pillsbury roll into a waffle iron? Even that sounds better than a donut. Donuts are sticky, sugary garbage bombs that make you feel like a disgusting, vile human being when you eat them. That's what they are. 2 minutes. Shipley Donuts? I don't know. I never had a Shipley donut. But of all the donuts I've had, from all of the places, oh, this is the best one. You got to try this. Every time I go, you know what's better? 90% of muffins I've had, every other dessert I've had, every other key lime pie I've had, every other pudding I've had. All of them. Better, better, better. Donut holes are awesome. Don't eat the donut. Don't eat the donut hole. Don't eat either one of them. If there was a list of 2 desserts, you could put almost anything next to donut, and I'm going to take the other thing. I would take and I know this is out there, I will take a Choco Taco every day over a donut. And that'll make you feel rough. But it's better than a donut. Dixie Crossroads is the best seafood spot? I don't know. We're coming back.
It's Roundup for lawns. When used as directed, always read and follow pesticide label directions.
Here's what's trending now on the new and improved iHeartRadio app.
She's back. Khloe Kardashian returns to On Purpose with Jay Shetty, and she's getting real about healing and self-love. Plus, Caroline Levitt shares what it's like being the youngest White House press secretary in history on Post Run High. And Rob Lowe spills some of the funniest stories you'll hear with Chelsea Handler on the Dear Chelsea podcast.
Explore the latest. Open the free iHeartRadio app and see what's trending now.
If you want your windows there in weeks, pick up the phone and just text Reese.
Real Radio has your chance to win $1,000. Just enter this nationwide keyword on our website, bank. B-A-N-K, bank. Enter it now on our website, realradio.fm. Good luck.
3 best friends diving into the deep end of internet culture. This
to talk to you. It's great to keep you company, and I know you keep us company. And if you haven't reached out, now's the time to do it. Email tips@thenewsjunkie.com. Send your dispatch. We'll work some of those in, or hang out with us in chat over on YouTube or Twitch. Tips@thenewsjunkie.com. Let's work in a couple fast, quick-fire emails here. And before I read this, a quick check. Fritz, are you set? Are you all ready for today with the real ID deadline? Do you have your license updated? Are you good to go?
Yes, because I bought a house a couple years ago, and I also got my passport.
Okay.
Congratulations.
See, on top of things, Fritz, like all the rest of us, somehow managed to get the real ID in time. They gave us 20 years, but some of you didn't. So here goes nothing. Bill says to tips@thenewsjunkie.com, I never got a real ID because my driver's license still has 4 years on it. And I have a passport as well as a driver's license size passport card, which is also acceptable ID.
You need the little star, right?
Yeah, you need the star and like the right-hand side, I think, of most of them.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't see any point of going through DMV hell until my license expires. Thank you, Bill. Bill, ice cold take, not even on the mild level, not spicy at all. But I think it's generally been accepted. You guys tell me if you disagree here, that the DMV experience is far superior to what it used to be.
Yeah, I think so.
If you go online, absolutely.
Yeah, go online and get your appointment, and then go there when your appointment's on. And I think it's pretty pleasant now.
But also, Bill, unless you're from somewhere else, like outside of our listening area, then you said there's 4 years left on your license.
Mm-hmm.
That means you probably got your license 4 years ago, which means they probably were already doing real IDs at the time.
A lot of states were doing it automatically, when you needed to reissue. So double check your license, my guy.
Yeah, I mean, I doubt any of us who all have the real ID for today's deadline, I don't think we consciously went out and said, hey,
as a matter of fact, when we started talking about it, I thought I didn't have it. And then I looked at my license. I'm like, oh, look.
It's people who have moved around or have stayed in states that are bad at this that are having the trouble. I think like the person that I talked about who got their real ID in Florida and then moved to Tennessee. And then they had to update their license because they moved to Tennessee and they issued them a not real, I guess, license.
Okay. All right. Well,
so
everybody
complicated.
You better have them ready or you're not going to be able to fly very soon. They're giving you leniency today. Tips@thenewsjunkie.com. My name is Zoe, this person says. And in November 2020, my life changed forever. Oh, this is a near-death experience, I think.
Oh, here we go.
It started like any other day. I was at home when suddenly I couldn't breathe. As somebody with asthma, I assumed it was just another episode, but this time was different. No inhaler nor deep breaths could fix it. Gasping for air, I called out to my cousin to dial 911. The paramedics arrived. I remember them saying, what's going on? And I said, I can't breathe. And then everything went black. What followed was surreal. I had multiple out-of-body experiences. I could see them working on me, shouting, moving fast, trying to save my life. My oxygen saturation had plummeted to a deadly 35%. I was rushed to the hospital and put on a ventilator. I drifted in and out of consciousness, but what I saw was something like out of a sci-fi nightmare. Strange, alien-like beings with large black eyes stared down upon me.
Happy Chinooka.
What the hell? I was strapped to a hospital bed, completely unable to move. It was a terrifying hallucination for 3 full days. On the 4th day, I finally woke up. Tubes were everywhere, my nose, mouth, even for using the bathroom. I survived, but survival came with a price. I said, that's my story. One I will never forget, and it still haunts me. Glad you're still around with us, friend.
Same.
Man, very weird, very, very scary to hear. And finally, for now, there is somebody who says, let's see, this is Michigan Shane. Michigan Shane says, I have had several near-death experiences in my life. I'm 51 years old. Like being drove to the Mexican desert by a Mexican cop and 2 friends with a gun to my head, robbed and dropped back off in town.
Okay.
Me and my friend got chased down the side of a mountaintop in Jamaica by 2 guys with machetes.
So your travel experiences have been great. Yeah. Did you get your real ID yet?
What hotels are you staying at, sir? You might need to rethink these deals you're getting.
Would that be an NDE, though, or would that just be a hazardous situation? Like,
true.
Usually people see lights, the tunnel, the white light. Kids will report saying that they see their friends
My near death was slow motion. I just remember I could still, as I'm speaking of it, remember it vividly in slow motion. And my big car accident I had, I don't know, I guess like almost 20 years ago now.
But I guess Fritz is kind of saying, and Fritz, tell me if I'm wrong here, if you didn't really get close to dying, did you really have a near-death experience?
Yeah, usually it's like, your vitals are low or off or not there, and you have no heartbeat.
I think some people count experiences that they didn't necessarily know at the time were near death.
Yeah.
Like,
I got that.
Maybe not like a non-medical thing, but like...
Or you thought you were dying.
Sure.
Like your body went into I believe we're about to die.
So not that, though. Like I'm saying, some people count experiences that or that they didn't know at the time, meaning like somebody just grabs them and goes, "Hey, that car was about to hit you." Didn't even know.
That counts. I think that counts. But saying like these people robbed us and we thought they were going to kill us.
Doing too much mushrooms and melting into your bathtub, unless you're going to drown in it, I don't think that one was as near death as it was fun.
But when we were riding in the Toyota Corolla of the sky, in that tiny little plane ceiling,
just bouncing around,
and that beep was going on, I thought we were going to die.
I felt that way too.
I thought
Ceiling had no problem. Yeah,
Ceiling said we're good, everything's fine,
everyone
no
else,
problems.
Your wife, the person I was with at the time, and myself thought we were all going to die.
Michigan Shane, Go ahead. No, I thought you were wrapping up.
I'm just getting like the flashback now.
I thought you were going to say I'm just getting started.
The NDE's coming back.
The Michigan Shane email says, I was in a coma for over 2 months with an esophagus infection with massive recovery time. The only thing that changed is I'm much closer to my son. I also walk 5 miles a day in yoga. Good for you, man. What a blessing. Oh, and no more alcohol for now. Sorry for the book. I swear it's all 100% true. Thanks, Michigan Shane. Thank you, buddy. Appreciate the email. All right, I said it happened for the second time in like a week. I don't know what's going on and why this is occurring, but can we stop it? It's a little expensive, this problem that we have on our hands. For the second time in just over a week, a Super Hornet fighter jet fell off the USS Harry S. Truman into the ocean.
The same aircraft carrier?
The same aircraft carrier.
Put some railings on there, maybe.
Another fighter jet fell into the Red Sea. This is the second one. These things are not cheap. On April 28th, the Super Hornet was being towed in the hangar bay when crews lost control of it and plopped over. And now this one, we don't know exactly what happened here. They said when an arrestment failed, it caused the aircraft to go overboard.
And they've reset the sign that says it's been this many days since a plane has fallen off the side of this boat.
I guess so, yeah. An arrestment is the mechanism that includes an arresting cable to catch a fighter jet and safely slow it down as it lands, and that failed. The Houthis they keep trying to take, ownership of these incidents, but it doesn't seem like it was related as far as I could see from these stories. They did not have anything to do with this.
Did it watermark that video?
I don't know, but they were saying like it was because it was taking evasive maneuvers to get away from a Houthi attack, but it doesn't look like that's the case. You know what? Now we're going to take a quick break because when we come back, we're going to go to a prank. This guy said, I was just trying to prank you. You got pranked. And the cop said, no. That's not a prank. That's a crime with a capital C. You, sir, are in deep trouble. We've got that. We've got more from the Diddy case. We've got the stepmother, stepson update that we talked about last week, this exact time. We've got an update on that story, believe it or not, and an update on the party teacher, the Brevard County teacher that was partying with 100 minors. What was the fate of that person? We shall learn. That's all coming up next on the News Junkie.
Real Radio is on Threads at Real Radio 1041. Sponsored by the law offices of Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Have you been in an accident? Call the law offices of Anajar and Levine at 1-800-747-FREE.
That's 1-800-747-3733. Here's what's trending from the iHeart Sports Network, presented by DraftKings, an official partner of the NBA.
The Rays will try to bounce back from their series opening loss when they host Philadelphia again tonight. It'll be Shane Baz starting on the hill there for Tampa. Former college quarterback Garrett Green, he's looking to make the Buccaneers roster as a wide receiver, saying it's the best way to make an impact in the NFL. And a self-proclaimed mega fan of the Colorado Buffaloes is now suing the NFL. He claims collusion in Shedeur Sanders' slide in the draft. I'm Scott Davidson.
DraftKings is all about responsible gaming. It's more fun when it's for fun. So play responsibly. DraftKings, the crown is yours. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. 21 or older. Age and eligibility vary by jurisdiction.
Real Radio is kicking off the summer of laughs with the Monsters Night of Comedy. Join us Thursday, May 22nd for this epic night of laughs at the Funny Bone in Orlando. Hosted by Russ Rollins with the Angel of Boom DJing the event and headlined by Ryan Holmes. With special appearances by Ken Miller, Savannah Angelique, the Dancing Queen, and Daisy Del Toro. Get ready for an epic Monsters Night of Comedy Thursday, May 22nd. Special thanks to Mills Air. VIP and general admission tickets are on sale now at realradio.fm/comedy.
Show off your new smile with Solid Bite. The dentists at Solid Bite use the latest techniques and technology to give you the smile you've always dreamed of. Call Solid Bite in Melbourne now for an exclusive radio offer at 321-259-8000. Solid Bite. Life-changing dentistry.
Attorney Joe Cordell. Divorce changes your life and your children's lives. Whether that change is good or bad depends to a great extent upon the attorney you choose. So interview more than one attorney and ask about experience, specifically trial experience. And oh, by the way, be sure to include Cordell & Cordell in those interviews.
Schedule an appointment with one of Cordell & Cordell's Orlando area attorneys. Joseph Cordell, licensed in Missouri and Illinois only. CordellCordell.com. Office in Orlando. Lisa Cargis, Florida resident partner. Announcer is not a licensed attorney.
This is the story of the one. As a safety manager at a manufacturing plant, he does everything he can to keep his coworkers safe. From finding ways to reduce risks to keeping safety supplies in stock. And for that, he relies on Grainger. Grainger offers a broad range of quality products and next-day delivery, so he can always play it safe. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Do you hear that? That's the sound of over 40 Greenway dealerships vying for your car.
Skull Mike Squad. Hello. Hot take, colon. What's your hot take? What is your hot take, friends? Need something good. Drew says, Sean, the same aircraft carrier group shot down one of its F-18s in December. That's 3 lost. Is that true? They shot down one of their own? What are you saying? The same aircraft group shot down one of their own fighter jets? All I know is the Houthis are trying to claim credit for it, and they're a bunch of loser terrorists. And any of your online creators that support the Houthis are supporting terrorists. Anybody who says they support the Houthis is a bad terrorist supporting person. These are easy to say things that everybody should be able to say. We should be able to say that a group kidnapping completely unrelated, innocent people who have nothing to do with Israel and Gaza, who have nothing to do with it, and holding them hostage for 1 year. It is absolutely batshit insane to not be able to say that's terrorism. It's terrorism. The Houthis are terrorists. And I only put them behind Hamas and Hezbollah in my list of they gotta go. Hamas, if I could hit a button, I've said it before, and kill every one of them, I'd hit it 4 times. Every one of those losers. Subhuman losers in Hamas. I have my zipper down waiting for the hot take? What the hell? All right, we're coming back. I'm cutting it close.
To Cargis, Florida resident partner. Announcer is not a licensed attorney.
Meal planning is work, so let Fresh from Florida help. Learn what's in season, browse hundreds of recipes, and get tips from Chef Justin by visiting freshfromflorida.com. Eat healthier with Fresh from Florida. There's sunshine in every bite.
This Earful of Real Radio is brought to you by crimeline.org. Give a tip anonymously.
Because you're never too old to learn something stupid. This is the News Junkie.
Friends, Fritz here on a lovely Wednesday. Love to have him around. And Fritz on the Street was fun. If you missed it, go back and get the podcast. Where do you find that? Well, it's free on iHeartRadio and wherever you get your podcast over at thenewsjunkie.com. All right, before we get into jury duty, we want to tell you that these dispatches that you're sending in have been lackluster today and this week and this month and this year. We need some big bangers. Yeah, we need some like really edgy, cool, good, funny, interesting, great stories, all of the things. We need those things from you to help push the show along. So no pressure, but don't screw it up.
The near-death stuff, though.
Yeah, there's a lot of people that came in on that topic. I think it's kind of like dreams where people like to talk about that stuff, but a lot of people did come in with their stories. Right now, let's do jury duty.
Court is now in session, so put your phone down and pay attention before we call the bailiff over to whip your ass. You're now on jury duty with the News Junkie.
Is it a prank or a crime? We'll find out together. Jury duty brought to you by the one, the only, Mo DeWitt of the DeWitt Law Firm. Injured on the go? Just call Mo. 800-CALL-MO, 800-CALL-MO, or go to justcallmo.com. After an accident, there's lots of people out there trying to get your attention, but you know him. You've heard him on this show, and he's helped many, many, many people just like you. His name is Mo DeWitt. Injured on the go? Just call Mo. 866-CALL-MO or 800-CALL-MO, or the website, justcallmo.com. All right, prank or crime time. Here we go. In South Carolina, a man thought it would be a good idea to prank his ex-girlfriend. Now, I think pranking your ex just in general is going to be in the bad idea zone.
Yeah. Yes. I mean, you call it a prank, but it could very much be revenge.
Unless maybe you're still really chummy and on good terms with your ex. The ex
fact that we're talking about it makes me think they're not.
None of us can speak to that.
Yeah, this is not something that went well. A South Carolina man thought it would be a good idea to prank his ex-girlfriend by allegedly sneaking into her house. We're starting off with bad ideas. This is definitely not a smart move here. And here's our guy. This is the gent that was behind this. He had no pants or underwear during this prank, and he had a knife, and he hid in his ex-girlfriend's shower because he wanted to do a fake stabbing attack. Yeah, that was the plan.
Not a prank.
Was it a real knife?
Well, let's find out together. A South Carolina man thought it would be a good idea to prank his ex-girlfriend by sneaking into her house and hiding with a knife in her bathroom shower, where he lurked and waited for her to come home. Sounds like the show You. He wasn't wearing pants or underwear. His face was concealed by a pair of biker shorts. What? In an attempt to surprise the woman and, quote, lighten the mood.
He wasn't wearing pants or underwear, except on his face.
Right.
It was a prank.
Yeah, gotcha. He wanted to lighten the mood after a text message fight that they had gotten into. Okay, Jackson Arnold, 25 years old, was arrested and booked on assault charges. He snuck into his ex's home through a detached garage apartment. He hid in the shower with a pair of biker shorts on his face until she returned to the house. He was in possession of a knife. He exited the shower when she got there and allegedly set upon her, using the knife to imitate stabbing and slicing moves on her throat.
Sweet prank.
Hilarious, bro.
Welcome to jackass.
He says the knife did not make contact with her skin during the alleged incident. Well, the rest of the stuff is plenty traumatic enough. After the encounter, he tossed the knife on the floor and started choking his ex with his left hand, causing her to stop breathing. Is this still the prank?
No.
Are we still pranking?
Well, attempted murder is a prank now? I almost dropped an F-bomb.
The victim was able to remove the shorts from the unknown male's face and realize, Scooby-Doo style, that was her ex-boyfriend. So she unmasked him like in Scooby-Doo and said, I know who you are. He said, it was a prank. I got you. And she called 911. Now he finds himself in a load of trouble.
Yeah, big time.
Probably not a good idea. Probably stupid.
You say
probably not a prank.
Try it with Courtney this afternoon. See what happens.
No. I'll revise.
Do they have
that
pranks
statement.
in jail? Maybe he should get some jail pranks.
Yeah. I'm going to say that this is just not funny. Just a crime. Every time you do it, it's going to turn out that way. Over to the Diddy
they would
trial.
all be guilty. All of those prank channels would be guilty.
Most of them are.
Some of them are funny.
The Diddy trial is rolling on. Things are opening up now. The judge overseeing Sean Diddy Combs' sex trafficking trial has ripped a member of Sean Combs' legal team.
Oh,
and
that was another prank.
Because the lawyer was griping on his podcast about the prosecutors on the case. He said he was speaking with the prosecution, and he referred to them as a six-pack of white women that he's fighting in court. This was Puffy's or P. Diddy's attorneys said, I'm fighting a six-pack of white women in a podcast with TMZ's founder, Harvey Levin. The judge says this is ridiculous and disrespectful. I think referring to the prosecution in this case as a six-pack of white women is outrageous. This would not be tolerated in any court from any lawyer anywhere across the nation. And GiveGo said he believes that Combs is being targeted because he's black. I think when you have a black man who's being prosecuted and you got a six-pack of white women going after him. Yeah, right. GiveGo, good luck. Good luck with that. I don't think the Diddy sympathy train has a lot of fuel.
Okay, but they said that this would never be tolerated in court, but it didn't happen in court, right? It happened on a podcast?
Yeah, it happened on a podcast that he hosts with the Harvey Levin guy from TMZ, Mark Garagos, is Diddy's attorney.
I don't think it's smart for your case, but I don't think it's illegal.
The judge said he didn't like it. He chastised and slammed these folks for doing this.
Your Honor.
Sorry, see you later. And now we can't see any video of it or hear it. We can only see like maybe a courtroom drawing of a sad lawyer. That's about all we can see. And finally, in jury duty today, well, let's do a 1-2 punch here. The teacher that was at the party with 100 minors drinking and hanging out, and she said, drop the case. I didn't do anything wrong. Well, the judge, the jury, they disagree. Carly Anderson will spend a year on probation and serve 100 hours of community service.
All right.
She also better pay the cost of the Cocoa Beach Police Department's investigation after 2 guilty verdicts in her case.
What's the cost? Do they say?
The cost is not outlined in this story, at least not this one. But yeah, she's got to pay that. She's got 100 hours of community service and 1 year of probation for partying with the teenagers. And finally, a disturbing new update about the horny nurse, 34 years old, who had sex with her 15-year-old stepson. Not allowed to do that. Not permitted. And now we got more details. Let's see here. Let me bring the story up so I can get into what's happening here.
By story, you mean?
I mean the story. I mean the actual tale here. The underage stepson of a Florida nurse who was allegedly raped by her is to be deposed and questioned about this, according to court documents. Alexis Von Yates, 34 years old, was arrested last summer. These court documents were just filed in the past month. The boy will be asked questions by attorneys and an official court reporter. The deposition is being taken for discovery, and the boy says that they did not stop. The boy's father walked in and shouted, "What the F is going on?" when he caught them having sex at the sight of his wife with the son. He is then said to throw some objects and call his wife the C word. Oh, here's the husband and the wife together here. Here's the two of them in better times, I guess. And the wife, who was a nurse, who lost her nursing license as a result.
Get out of here.
The boy told police some new details. He said he was a virgin when all this happened.
Touched for the very first time.
That's
which makes his scoring of her performance even more brutal.
7 out of 10, I believe.
He gave her a 7 out of 10 for the performance.
Did he give that to her, or she gave that to him?
I thought he gave it to her. Is what you said.
I thought he gave it to her.
I thought he gave it to her too, but I thought they both rated each other. 7 out of 10 is kind of hilarious if you've never done it before.
Yeah.
He says he suffered extreme emotional distress as a result of this. He spends most of his days sleeping. He's lost his appetite. He feels effed up.
Is this lawyer talk?
The boy says he's since struggled with substance abuse, And other remarks about her sexual appetite, including her saying to him after a gym session, "I bet everybody thought you were my little boy toy."
Ew.
She made sexual references with a can of whipped cream. She put it on her tongue and stuck her tongue out at him. She said, "Oh, you like that? Do you like that?" And then, all the rest of the story of this nurse who has done wrong. She's finding herself in big trouble. No more nursing for you. And the kid says that took his virginity and that he is messed up as a result.
Happy Nurse Week to all the nurses who didn't bang their stepsons.
Yeah, and that's a lot of them. That's, to be fair to the nurse community out there. Love you, nurses.
I would even guess that most of them.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, good. I talked over this bit.
What?
I sorry about that.
Don't worry about it. I'll state it whenever I need to. Go ahead. What were you going to say? I'm listening.
Oh, I was done.
Oh, okay. I was simply just going to say thanks to all my nurses out there. I'm a nurse as well, and I appreciate nurses who do the right thing and who fight to make patients out there have better experiences and save people. My mother was a nurse, therefore I'm a nurse, and being a nurse and a Marine.
We're going to be so screwed if we have a draft.
Why?
Because they're like, Sean, we've heard you talking about how you're not only a Marine, but a nurse as well.
I'm useful. I'd be valuable. But I think I'm too old. I don't know if they'd take me. 43. Ugh. Probably go, Sean. No, that loser.
Soon, my guy.
Oh. All right,
you know who else celebrates his birthday in a couple weeks?
Who?
That dad whose nurse wife banged his son.
No.
Thank you for your service.
All right. We're going to take a quick break. When we come back, Netflix has made what they call a major overhaul. It's going to be for everybody. It's going to impact you if you're a Netflix subscriber. Some people are raging. They're losing it. Are you going to be upset? Well, we'll find out. That is coming up next on the News Junkie.
Your chance to win $1,000 in your hand is minutes away on Real Radio 104.1. Brought to you by Mills Air.
There's a crash on Lee Road by the interstate, an accident on Kirkman Road southbound at Vineland Road. The right lane's blocked there. There's no accidents affecting the major roadways. However, traffic's still slowing down on I-4 through the city between Princeton Street and Robinson Street. Look out for an accident on Colonial Drive near Bumby Avenue. If you see traffic troubles, call the Valvoline Instant Oil Change traffic tip line at 866-676-8477. From the Traffic Center, I'm James Birmingham.
This report is sponsored by Rapid Radios.
Rapid Radios are instant push-to-talk walkie-talkies offering national LTE coverage and no subscription ever. A great alternative to a mobile phone for your kids. For a limited time, go to rapidradios.com and you'll get 60% off, free UPS shipping. Add code radio and get an extra 5% off.
This earful of real radio is brought to you by JustCallMo.com. Injured on the go? JustCallMo.com.
For more information about contests on this station, go to realradio.fm/rule.
Hang tight, folks. Just wrapping up today I learned over here. Just wrapping it up. Okay. Rent. Hello! All right, when we come back, we're going to drop some bombs. Some bombs dropping. Some bombs. A controversial billboard campaign surrounding the Luigi Mangione CEO murder, healthcare CEO murder. A billboard popping up that is very controversial. We'll talk about that and what's going on. Also, Netflix, they're changing things, and people do not like change. People are very, very hesitant to want any sort of change in their lives at all. So we'll see what you think. Hot take, colon. No one knows what a hot take is anymore. True. Somebody serve it up right now. Hot take, colon, and then give it to me. Hot take, colon. Hot take, colon. Rap music hasn't been good for 10 years. Almost all current rap is garbage. It's only starting to get better. Rap music went to such an extremist, machismo, ridiculous level of depravity that it got lost along the way. And by every measure, all the previous rap was better than current rap. It's coming back. It's coming back. But it's been very, very bad for a while. Hot take, colon. Sean is mostly right. That's hot because 100% right would have been the accurate take that I would expect. Hot take, Kendrick Lamar sucks. Mild response, Kendrick Lamar is okay and talented in his own way, and a lot of people like what Kendrick Lamar does, but the overall media landscape wants to shove Kendrick Lamar down everybody's throat. The people who don't like Kendrick Lamar, too bad. Guzzle it up, baby. They're going to fatten you up. They want you to take in all the Kendrick Lamar. Like they're trying to take your liver and fatten you up. Hot take, guys should wear kilts while drinking on a night on town. Guys should wear kilts while drinking on a night on the town. I've never worn a kilt in my life. In my view, a kilt is a skirt, and I'm not wearing a skirt. Although I do have the legs for it. I could pull it off, whether you believe me or not. No kilts for me. Hot take, I miss Eddie the Shaman. Why? He's not dead. As far as I know. Is he dead? Two minutes. Remember when rappers used to be hard like Chuck D? Man, there was so much great rap around that time. And when I was younger, I know everybody does that. You romanticize about your generation's music. But I think just inarguably, rap, a lot of it turned into garbage. Even the stuff I like I like some Travis Scott, but there's a lot of Travis Scott that sucks. There's a lot of these songs that are just garbage. 1 minute, 30-second songs. Trash. Hot take, I miss Watson's white legs and flip-flops. Buddy, take it in. Take in what you're seeing here. And unlike All Day Yuckers in that video, see this? Huh? I'm svelte. We're coming back.
Orlando's premier comedy club and restaurant is the Funny Bone, located at Point Orlando. This week, the Funny Bone welcomes Chris Titus, Friday, May 9th, and Jason Mewes, Saturday, May 10th. Check our star-studded calendar and showtimes online at orlando.funnybone.com. Full kitchen and bar available, as well as parking discounts for all guests. Follow us on all social media platforms and get your tickets now at orlando.funnybone.com. We'll see you at the show.
As America's largest injury law firm, size is our strength. Morgan & Morgan.
Broadcasting live from the JustCallMo.com studios. Need help after an accident? Just call Mo. Learn more at JustCallMo.com or call 1-800-CALL-MO. This is WTKS-FM HD1 Cocoa Beach, Orlando, an iHeart radio station. Make us the #1 preset on your car radio and on the free new and improved iHeart radio app. Listen for all your music, radio, and podcasts. Free never sounded so good.
Real Radio has your chance to win $1,000. Just enter this nationwide keyword on our website, BILLS, B-I-L-L-S, BILLS. Enter it now on our website, realradio.fm. Good luck.
When good things go bad, bad things make headlines. This is the...
And I'm not sure if anybody's seen this just yet, but it is making the rounds. We'll talk about that in just a moment. We'll also get to your dispatches because I've been a little slow on some of those, but they are all ready to go here momentarily. Hopefully some bangers. Fritz really is desiring something from you today. He wants you to step it up, and I don't blame him. I think that you should step it up for Fritz on a Wednesday, for God's sake.
Just try your best.
Yeah, please. It's not asking a lot, I don't think.
Yeah, we're not going to judge you.
Maybe a little bit. Here's the billboard campaign in New York City that is causing some controversy. And no, it's not Jose Andres and whatever this is over here, the great chef and great charity organizer,
not
Jose
a great
Andres.
Photoshopper, I'll tell you that.
I don't know. This is like a freeze frame, so I don't know exactly what was happening in that ad. But this is the one that's controversial. It's in New York City. And they keep running these billboard ads, and they say jury nullification. Now, anybody, can you guess what case they might be trying to impact here?
Daniel Penny.
No.
What is it again?
Diddy.
It says jury nullification is when jurors vote to acquit, not just based on the law, but on whether application of that law truly serves justice. And they point people to a website, citizensforjuryempowerment.org. And most people who are seeing this are thinking, oh, this is a movement to try to get a jury for the Luigi Mangione case and the healthcare CEO that was murdered, to try to get the jury to go, hey, even if we think he broke the law, there's such a thing called jury nullification. And if all the jurors get together and go, well, no, this was righteous and this doesn't serve justice to put him behind bars for this, we can nullify the charges or the whole process and get together and say, no, we back this guy up. And the weird thing is, there's a chance that something like this, a campaign like this, can make it so they have to seek a jury from outside of New York City, because they'll say you're screwing up the jury pool. I think they're right. I think it is a possibility that you can do this kind of stuff. I don't think this is an occasion to do it, but it is kind of weird that you would go, hey, if this is a legal thing that people can do, you can't advertise for it because it's going to screw up this case. That's kind of strange to me. Yeah. It's like telling them a thing that they could do, and legally they could do it, and it might be like justice in some cases.
Also, I thought it was weird, and way ahead of obviously this trial was a full documentary that was out, and
everybody
what?
Everybody's doing these now.
I know, but it was information that I believe the prosecutors were interviewed and shared. That was not even part of the discovery that the Luigi's lawyers had received. So that will also mess up the jury pool if they've seen the documentary.
I think much like the Diddy jury, it's going to be so hard in the Luigi Mangione CEO death case to get people who aren't familiar or don't have an opinion or aren't lined up somewhere on this.
Right. I think it would be more fun to be on Diddy's jury.
I don't know.
Both of them would be fun to be on.
They're going to do a freak off video watch.
Uh-oh.
That might be uncomfortable.
Yeah.
That seems like it could be wild. But yeah, it says jury nullification is when jurors vote to acquit, not just based on the law, but on whether the application of that law truly serves justice. And let me run this. Let's have some brain power, some AI behind this to see if this is actually true and if it applies in this case here. So I'll ask Rock while I'm blabbing, and I'll get you the answer. But they said that is controversial. It's showing from time to time in Times Square. Is this true? I'll ask Rock as it analyzes the photo. The jury nullification billboard in Times Square getting some attention. This says, The billboard in the image states, jury nullification, blah, blah, blah. It is indeed a real legal concept. It occurs when a jury acquits a defendant, even if they believe that they're guilty of breaking the law because they feel the law itself is unjust or its application in the specific case does not serve justice. However, the statements claim that jury nullification is not just based on the law, but on whether the application of that law truly serves justice, simplifies a complex issue. It's controversial, they say, but it could be actually true. So,
on their website, it says jurors may choose to disregard the law, their instructions, or the evidence presented if they believe that convicting the defendant would be morally wrong or contrary to principles of justice.
Is Luigi on there anywhere?
No.
No? Okay, so just like generally addressing it? Okay.
Yeah. But, I mean, you would have to think that convicting Luigi would be morally wrong?
Yes.
I don't know how you can make that argument.
What they're trying to do is radicalize people to the level of, hey, the healthcare system is criminally bad in the United States, and a healthcare CEO is not only a murderer, they're mass murderers, these healthcare CEOs. So therefore, this person was acting in a just way when they extrajudicially killed this person, and took it upon their own hands to do so. So that they're like trying to convince people that that was a morally correct thing to do.
I don't know that that's necessarily going to happen. It would be crazy if it did. But it would set a terrible precedent.
Yeah.
Like, forget a peaceful protest. We could just do a not so peaceful protest and get our jury nullification on.
Yeah, I mean, we are all about making bad precedents right now. For instance, I have yet another story of somebody who's terrible raising a whole bunch of money on the GiveGo platform. What did this gentleman right here do? This particular guy, his name is Mo Khan, and he's the one who had that F the Jews sign at the Barstool bar.
He's the one that ordered the bottle?
He's the one who recorded it and was behind ordering it, they say, or his friends were. And he was the one who posted it to social media. And now he's saying, help defend me against Dave Portnoy's attacks, because Dave Portnoy said him and his friends did this. This guy, the guy who's raising money, videotaped it and willingly posted it. Him partying to a sign that said F word the Jews.
You know who's so excited about this?
At this bar.
GiveGo.
Yeah.
I've never seen this website more than the last, month? 2 months?
Yeah. You can't see it because it's behind you, but it's raised $25,000 so far.
Wow. No, it's raised $13,000, but the goal is 25.
You're right. Excuse me. The goal is 25,000. It's raised $13,443. They put the goal on the left side, which is kind of odd.
Yeah.
But the goal is 25,000. It's raised $13,000 so far. And we have now a woman who called a child the N-word multiple times in public because the kid reached into her bag. She's got $500,000. We have a young black teenager who stabbed and killed a white teenager for seemingly no defensive reason.
The woman, Shiloh Hendricks, is up to $739,000.
Oh, my God. Oh,
wow.
my God.
Did you see that Piers Morgan interview with one of her defenders?
No, I did not.
This woman, the headline was weird because it was like a something wife blatantly says that she's a racist, and and then all of a sudden the panel expands, and Piers is like, "Are you saying you're a racist?" Yes. Are you using the N-word? She's like, "Yeah, all the time when I calls for it or when I want to."
Yeah, it was crazy. And
wild.
What I saw was what's the guy's name? Niels Morgan.
Piers Morgan.
Piers Morgan. He was kind of caught off guard because it was a softball question and she just kept whiffing, and he was like, "Well, then you're despicable." He's like, "That's why you are supporting this person. You are a white supremacist and a racist."
Oh, of course, yes. I mean, anybody some people say they're doing it because the black kid who stabbed the track and field dude was raising all this money. And Celine, what's the update on his? How much is that up to? Because you said the N-word lady is at 700 and something thousand.
She's 739,000, so almost $750,000. The Help Carmelo official fund for the Carmelo Anthony family, 525,591 of their $600K goal.
Okay.
And then Rodney Hinton Jr. has raised $8,200 of his $20,000 goal.
Rodney Hinton Jr., for those of you who weren't paying attention, is the guy who his son was killed by the cops. The cops say they were justified in doing this. They'll figure that out in court. But he said, too bad, and he went and found a completely unrelated volunteer retired officer, plowed over him in his car and killed him, and has been proudly flaunting his response since. And he's raising money on this platform. Now the guy who filmed the thing that said F the Jews and seemed to be celebrating from it is positioning himself as a victim. This is a platform for losers, lunatics, and racists. That's what this platform is. But it says, give, send, go, shine brightly. So, shine.
Like a diamond.
I guess. Netflix is making a big change for not me, not you, everybody. Every single person. It's going to be affected by this. The most powerful homepage in entertainment is about to look a lot different. Beginning next week, Netflix will introduce a new homepage design for
I
television
just got
screens.
used to this one.
Sorry, too bad. First serious makeover since 2013, C-Lane.
Sorry,
the redesign,
Boomer. Get with the times.
Which features fewer titles but more video and animation, is intended to present a sleeker look and get people to press play and stay, says the company.
All right.
So this is their first homepage redesign. I don't like some of the stuff that they do.
First homepage redesign
since 2013.
After, what was it, 15 to 25 price raises?
Because, they've had a lot of them, yeah.
So where was that money going, out of curiosity?
Content, I guess they would say. All the movies that you enjoy watching, all the TV shows.
That last season of You is beautiful.
Don't dump with that one. I'm just dumping shows like this.
I'm
dumping
you though,
shows.
The 4 seasons. I'm just about to finish it up this afternoon. Loved it.
I really thought
Tina Fey and
it's got everyone.
Yeah, I think I talked about. I think you missed this because I talked about it on Monday. But I said, number one, I love Tina Fey. Love her. I think she's one of the most talented women in media. I think she is very, 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 very skilled at storytelling and getting a message across. I thought the series was okay. It was good, to put on the background and watch. But there was all these really sweet parts of it that I really enjoyed. And I enjoyed, even though I didn't think it was blow me away, the greatest thing ever, I thought it was good. And I liked the dynamics of friends that it showed. I thought that was really, really interesting. And the dynamics of, you know now, having watched it, Sabrina, somebody in a relationship with somebody their age, and then that person being in a relationship with somebody much younger than them. And the dynamics of that within the friend group, super interesting.
I think you'd enjoy College Friends. Also.
College Friends?
Friends from college.
Friends from college, I'm sorry.
Is it a movie or a series?
Series.
Okay,
There's
I haven't heard
2 seasons, but it's also adult friends after they've been friends for so long, and their dynamics, and very, very funny.
I don't know if young people would like this, but...
Well, it's not about them, Sean. It's about us.
I thought it was cool. Here's something to share with you. Fritz, have you ever encountered road rage out on the streets?
Yeah, definitely.
This is the part where he says, C-Lane and I have road rage.
You guys do have road
and
rage
Courtney
sometimes.
a little bit.
Actually, I don't think I have any evidence of Sabrina really having road rage.
Wait, hold on. Me receiving the road rage?
That's because I made sure the body was buried.
Or me giving the road rage?
Do you give road rage?
No.
No. See, you don't strike me as a road rage guy.
Apparently, I was following someone too close, and he got out of his car during a stoplight, and I had just played baseball for 2.5 hours, so I was just in the zone meditating. He got out of his car and told me with several points and F words to back off, and I was like, what? Me?
Let's play ball this game day.
People are crazy, Fritz. They're nuts. These lunatics out there. They're nuts. And I'm not even saying C-Lane's in this category. C-Lane's very, very mild when it comes to road rage. Just, it's surprising because he's a...
horn honks here and there.
Steakhouse.
Couple horn honks here and there.
Yeah, nothing nearly
3.
Bad. You nailed it on the third try. All right, here we go. Let's watch this together. I'll explain it for everybody else. This is cruising down the street in my 6'4", Portland, Oregon, is where this happened.
An unbelievable act of road rage caught on camera in Oregon. This happened in Portland.
All right,
that's so bad. I saw
into him.
An SUV, and there's somebody on a motorcycle flipping the middle finger to the driver of this SUV and the passenger with their window down. and the SUV responds by side-swiping purposely the motorcycle.
I mean, not even a little bump.
No.
Intended to kill him.
Yeah, clearly.
Crashing into the motorcycle,
hit it,
the bike and the rider
sent the bike and the rider off the side of the road.
Was he flicking them off, or did he have a gun?
The guy was very aggressively making his point known to the driver of the SUV, and I get it because, you know, we've all been there. I think the motorcyclist forgot he was at an extreme disadvantage and shouldn't be doing that. I think the SUV driver took advantage of that and tried to kill them with their car.
I just assumed it looked like he had his hand out like he was doing a middle finger thing like this. Does the story say he had a gun?
Oh, I don't know if he had a gun.
I heard the woman on the news say gun. Let's roll that back a little bit.
Hang on. All right, hold on. Let's go back to the beginning.
Because that changes everything.
An unbelievable act of road rage on camera in Oregon. This happened in Portland. First, you see the motorcyclist dramatically gesturing to the driver of that Kia Carnival, and then suddenly the driver swerves, crashing into the motorcycle, sending the bike and the rider flying off the side of the road. That motorcyclist was left with some serious injuries. Police are now looking for the driver of the Kia.
All right,
are they still looking for him? There is plenty of highway technology to find that person.
They're trying to actively, physically find them, I think.
They must have the license plate. They would have to, because this is in Beaverton.
Ping them.
Beaverton.
Once again, there in a while.
Yeah, Beaverton's back, baby. Just like that.
There was another road rage incident more closer to us.
With a Lamborghini?
Was it a No. It was another middle finger thing, which we thought the first thing was middle finger.
And by the way, giving someone, I just want to clarify, giving someone that gesture does not mean that the other person should try to kill them. I'm just saying, you know, you do see videos of motorcyclists trying to kick or damage cars, and then all it takes is just a swerve, and then there's an accident.
It was the red Lamborghini, Sean.
Yeah, this is the story C-Lane's talking about. It says, a man fired a gunshot at another driver on Florida's Turnpike, I believe this was. And I'll bring it up in front of me here.
Eduardo Silva, 41, faces aggravated assault with a firearm and criminal mischief. He was arrested Monday after deputies say he reported a road rage shooting, the one that he did. He claimed he fired in self-defense because he was in fear of his life, but he had just gotten flicked off.
Yeah,
God forbid.
The man said he put his middle finger up at the Lamborghini driver, who then pointed a handgun at him before he heard a gunshot. The bullet went through the man's passenger door and through the seat and ended up lodged in the middle console of his car. The suspect, identified as 41-year-old Eduardo Silva, called the Florida Highway Patrol to report a road rage incident, and he was arrested and faces charges of aggravated assault with a firearm and criminal mischief. This is more of these people who are going, my life was in danger. And folks, let's get on the same page here. If you're cruising in a car and somebody else is and they flip you off, the bird is pointing at you, that is not in danger. You cannot defend yourself with lethal force, you dummies. This is really, really, really crazy. Everybody out there has lost it. Everybody thinks they deserve respect from everybody else. It's crazy town. What do you think? Let us know. Go to thenewsjunkie.com. Send us a dispatch right now.
I was saying that to Fritz.
I believe you.
Well, I wouldn't have left.
Please.
I felt like the middle fingers you were doing were more targeted at me, and that one was less targeted at me, at least just in the moment.
I wish I could do it like that in the car. If I've ever had that moment, I'm just like, little ones. Like, I get scared. And
it's hard to get all your other fingers down.
And I say stuff that I would never say outside of the car. Like
what?
Watch out, moron.
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah, but it's language I don't use. And I also use the P word sometimes.
Oh, I will call people all sorts of things if it's a traffic thing.
You're saying it's a road rage.
No, not a road rage.
Sounds like you're admitting to road rage, Sean.
I don't get angry. So I would be like, if somebody cut me off,
this whippersnapper,
and it was a woman, I'd probably like, oh my God, that dumb C word can't drive at all.
I do love that word because it's got power to it, does it not?
Yes. I love when you guys say that.
Can we agree?
I'm not saying it to anybody's face. I'm saying it alone in my car. A woman can't hear it.
Can you say it on air once? We can believe
he did.
All right, hold on. We're way back.
Did he really?
We're way behind here. Quick break. When we come back, we'll get to your feedback, your dispatches. I've got some clips to play for you and a whole lot more on a Wednesday. We continue. That's coming up next on the News Junkie.
Real Radio Radio is on X at Real Radio 1041. Sponsored by the law offices of Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Have you been in an accident? Call the law offices of Anajar and Levine at 1-800-747-FREE.
That's 1-800-747-3733.
From the Clausman Law Traffic Center, car crash, call Clausman Law. ClausmanLaw.com.
There's an accident slowing down traffic through the city on I-4 eastbound before Colonial Drive. Keep an eye out for that one. A crash on Sand Lake Road westbound near the interstate, blocking the left lane. Emergency crews are clearing up an accident on Lee Road at I-4, and the right lane's blocked on Kirkman Road southbound near Vineland Road. If you see traffic troubles, call the Valvoline Instant Oil Change traffic tip line at 866-676-8477. From the Traffic Center, I'm
sponsored by Rapid Radio.
Rapid Radios are instant push-to-talk walkie-talkies offering national LTE coverage and no subscription ever. A great alternative to a mobile phone for your kids. For a limited time, go to rapidradios.com and you'll get 60% off. Free UPS shipping. Add code radio and get an extra 5% off.
Folks, I got a pro tip for you. And you just trust me on this one. Take it to the bank. It's as true as it gets. This is helpful. When you're a homeowner and you have a problem with your air conditioner, don't try to go it alone. Unless it's a simple thing like just changing out the filters or something like that. If you don't know what you're doing, you're going to cause more problems than it's worth. And the folks at Mills Air are the people. They're the people. They're the ones that are fair and honest, and they're going to treat you right. You can trust what they say. When their techs come out, they know everything about your AC, no matter what kind of brand it is. And they know that they're going to be honest with you and fair with you because they have the goal of keeping you as a customer for Mills Air for life. And that's what they have me as. They are the best of the best. They're a Carrier factory authorized dealer, meaning they can get you some huge rebates toward a brand new Carrier unit. You can always turn to the experts at Carrier, and you can always turn to family-owned and operated Mills Air. Here's the phone number, 407-277-1159. That's 407-277-1159. Or find them online at millsair.com.
Hang on, Skull Bikers. Gotta get a song. Hang on. Okay, Skullmikers. Keep serving up your hot takes. Hot take colon. Hit me with it. Movie review time. Movie review time. And then we'll find out who the chatter of the day is. We watched a movie last night. It's a new one to On Demand called The Luckiest Man in America. The Luckiest Man in America. And the movie was about a guy who played a game show that you might have heard of called Press Your Luck. Press Your Luck is that big money, no whammies, stop! And you try not to get any whammies and press your luck. So it was about a guy who played that game and he memorized the light patterns and sort of hacked the game to his advantage. And the guy who stars in The Luckiest Man in America, he's a great actor. I don't know his name offhand. But in the Olympic bombing movie, remember that movie or series? It might have been a series that they did about the Olympic bombing. He played Richard Pearl. That actor. The actor that played Richard Pearl in that thing about the Olympic bombing. Very, very good actor. Very, very good. This movie, we watched the whole thing, It's got Johnny Knoxville in it for a hot second, too. When it ended, both Courtney and I were like, that's it? That's the movie? That's it? It was like they made a movie out of a story that didn't have enough. There wasn't enough details. Like, man is a weirdo, and he studies Press Your Luck and figures out how to make this advantageous for him, and he makes some money. That's it. That's the story was nothing more than that. It really was. It also had what's her name? Maisie, the girl from Game of Thrones. The girl has no name. That she's in it too. It was 2 out of 5. 2 out of 5 stars. Okay? Boring, kind of. Some good acting, but went nowhere. The luckiest man in America. Oh, yeah. Somebody says my favorite actor, Walton Goggins, is in it. Yes. Goggins plays the game show host on Press Your Luck. Yeah. Somebody says Andor episodes 7 to 9 are 10 out of 10. 10 out of 10, huh? I believe you. 1 minute. The Press Your Luck thing really happened. The guy was a legend. It did happen. It's true. It's just there's not enough twist. There has to be more than that to make it a story. The overall story really didn't go anywhere. The credits roll and we go, are they going to show some old footage? Are they going to show the guy actually on the show? Is there another twist? Nothing. Nothing. 2 out of 5. Do not recommend. Coming back.
Quit. You may be eligible to receive a free supply of nicotine patches, gum, or lozenges. Call us at 1-877-YOU-CAN-NOW or visit tobaccofreeflorida.com.
The free iHeartRadio app has over 100 commercial-free stations waiting for you to explore right now, like the Beatles Now and Then, celebrating all things Beatles. Legendary clips, deep cuts, live performances, and all their solo hits. Listen commercial-free. Just open the free iHeartRadio app, search Beatles Now and Then, and make it your next preset.
iHeartRadio. Do you have AC needs? Turn to the experts at Carrier. Go to millsair.com.
Real Radio has your chance to win $1,000. Just enter this nationwide keyword on our website, BILLS. 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 Enter it now on our website, realradio.fm. Good luck.
Home of the world-famous Game of Magnets. This is the...
I'm the only one who thinks this. Nobody else agrees. Usually, I'm just completely in lockstep with you guys, and you go, yeah, totally. That's a dead-on take, perfect bullseye. But every once in a while, I go, oh, man, nobody else feels this way. The take that I have where I feel most like a man on an island alone is I think I might be the only one left who still likes when a new show releases 1 episode a week. I still... I
don't mind it, and in fact, I've kind of gotten myself into this thing now with Andor, where if they had released the whole thing at once, I probably would be done with it by now, possibly. But what they've done is they've released 3 episodes at a time.
That's why I was bringing this up. Yeah, that's an interesting thing. They're like in between. They go, we're going to give you 3 per week,
and like the way they divided this one up is like the 3 episodes for this second and final season of this show. That we already know that the end of this season leads up to a movie, right?
Mm-hmm.
So they have a 12 episode. Be nice if there was 15, and that was a surprise for me. But a season divided into 3s, which means I just watched episode 9 last night. I'm expecting now there's only one more week of 3 episodes, and then that's it for the show forever. And now I'm going to be depressed.
And done.
Yeah, but don't you like that it lasted you longer instead of just blowing it all out?
I'm saying I think I would rather it be one a week, and then it would just be like a nice slow burn.
Yeah. But most people don't feel that way. I don't think that's the popular opinion anymore.
I know, but because that's what they did with The Boys. Remember The Boys?
I love The Boys.
The Boys season 1 they dropped all at once. And then season 2 came out, and they went to switch to week by week.
But
and people started review bombing it, and giving it 1-star reviews just because they were mad they didn't get the whole thing.
Yeah, kind of like what's happening to The Last of Us season 2 right now. Yeah,
The Boys with Last of Us, with a lot of these shows that are now coming out with traditional once a week episodes, is that they leave you with these cliffhangers.
I love that.
Yeah, it's kind of like Severance, right? Dak Shepard on the Armchair Expert podcast. Shout out to Darcy, getting me into that podcast. He leaves voice messages for, is it Adam McKay?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's like...
Or Adam Scott.
Adam Scott, that's what it is.
Adam Scott, yeah.
He goes, well, Kristen Bell just fell out of a window from our, second-story home. I'll let you know next week if she's okay.
As a teaser for him.
Yeah.
I see it. I'm looking at The Last of Us, and Fritz was talking about review bombs. It's got, the reviewers have it at 95% on the second season, but the audience has 46%.
Yeah, now look up the first and second game. Because
is it the same thing?
Yeah,
okay.
Within 4 hours of the second game coming out, it was at 1.2 out of 5 stars. Because people were like, oh, well, because it happens early on. I'm not spoiling anything, but they go, okay, well, I'm done. And then it's like, well, if you actually play the game, there's consequences.
What do you think that people are doing this because they just want to go after the franchise, or because they actually
miserable.
They didn't like the direction that it headed in?
I think it's because it's a forward-thinking show, and
it thinks about F-150s.
Yep,
all the explorers all the time.
Fix or repair daily. Am I right? And there isn't another show like that, and they don't have anything to compare or contrast it to, and they hate it because it's different, and they hate it because it's good. Yeah, and I think all of those things factor in. And I'm not saying they're wrong. I'm just saying don't review bomb something.
Well, nobody can really be wrong unless the person is just doing it and they never watched it or played the game or anything like that.
There's a lot of transphobes that did it for the video game. But go ahead.
Everybody seems to be weighing in on that one because I think they were already divided about the video game. You know, the difference between the first one and the second one.
Because it's hard, man. It's a different game. It's not
easy.
It's not your typical. Okay, this happens. The good guy. There are no good guys. There are no bad guys, and it's just like
only
real life.
you and me. We just disagree.
Yep.
Well, it's a storytelling game. It's a game with a lot of storytelling and focus, as best I can tell.
It most certainly is.
That last episode was fantastic.
I thought so too.
Not as big of a split on this show, and I got to be honest with you. I don't know if all the people I know are a bunch of libtard weirdos that just like this.
You get it, Sean.
I don't know if that's the case or not because everybody that I've heard from likes the studio.
Oh yeah.
Oh, that's so fun.
Person.
Too
but
short.
There's a split on this. The reviewers are saying 93%, and the audience still good, but 70%, a bigger jump on the studio on Apple TV Plus. If you haven't seen it, I've only seen the one thing, which was like just like that Netflix show recently, where apparently they did an episode of this where it was almost one cut, like
they
one
do a
big long thing.
Oh yeah. Oh God, what was that?
Their style,
not adolescent. Oh
yeah, it was
adolescents. Oh, it was so good.
Their style of filming is up close and personal. And follow the character medium shot throughout the entirety of it.
Yeah, Sean, did you like that show?
I haven't seen it yet, the studio, but I am going to watch it at some point because I've gotten nothing but positive reviews.
They do a lot of like Steadicam, a lot of oneers, but the second episode of the entire show was one big long one.
That one I heard was great. I've heard good things. I got to watch it at some point.
Second season just got renewed.
Did it?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it makes sense. It adds up.
You know what's weird about it too is it's the first show that I've been into like this in a while that the episodes are kind of standalone. Like there's very
really.
I think so. Like you're not getting everything resolved in the next episode. Like I think they kind of once you get the premise of the show from episode 1. other things come back later, but they kind of are isolated, I think.
Mm-hmm. Well, that is out there. A lot of people are drawn into that. I've got so many of these shows that I haven't gotten to. Righteous Gemstones. Heard nothing but good about that. Like,
you even watch a look of it?
It's wild. I mean, I like it, but they take so many fanciful endings to seasons that after a while I go, okay, I'm just gonna casually watch the show because the first season is it's dramatic and it seems like there's gonna be consequences, and then in the fourth season you're like, all right, nice, yeah.
Well, that one looks good too. I just haven't gotten around to it. There's so much content, man. We're living in a world full of content.
Edie Patterson is a goddess.
I follow her on Instagram. She's like one of the 5 celebrities that I follow.
All the awards.
Who's Edie Patterson?
She's Judy Gemstone, yeah.
She has lines for days.
Gotcha. Okay. Oh, we're going to take a quick break. When we come back, here's what we're going to do. Final dispatches. All right. They're all lined up. They're ready to go. Stories that didn't make the cut. Those are all ready. We got some emails last minute to work in here. And we got...
Pick one or two of those things, bud.
To wrap up everything for a Wednesday. We've got a lot of time, so we're going to work all of this in really fast next. It's coming up next on the News Junkie.
This weekend, Real Radio 104.1 smells like the 90s. Classic alternative this week.
Rain, so we will certainly take it. It's actually going to be quite the active week, and even that will last into the weekend as far as rain chances are concerned. For today, though, we'll be expecting around a 60% chance of scattered afternoon showers and thunderstorms. Chances will pick up to around a 70% chance by Sunday and into Monday. From the Fox 35 Storm Team, I'm meteorologist Jessica Dobson.
This report is sponsored by Rapid Radios.
Rapid Radios are instant push-to-talk walkie-talkies offering national LTE coverage and no subscription ever. A great alternative to a mobile phone for your kids. For a limited time, go to rapidradios.com and you'll get 60% off. Free UPS shipping. Add code radio and get an extra 5% off.
If you want to find out about a reverse mortgage, guess what? That mortgage guy Don can help. Rates are improving. That makes the terms even more favorable. Want to find out how it works?
School Mike Squad. School Mike Squad, it's been a great Wednesday. Thank you for being with us. It's now time to pick our chatter of the day. I'll take all suggestions right now for chatter of the day. Who are you nominating? Who do you think should be the winner as we wrap up things on a Wednesday? I think you all did a great job. Great job. Excellent work. Pick me, David. Loose Neutral says I have the most lines. All right, I'm going to go with Feral Kitten's suggestion. Big digits. Chatter of the day, big digits. They said you couldn't do it, but look at you. You done did it. And they were wrong. They were wrong about you. Mr. Predicto, is big digits going to die this year?
Definitely yes.
Oh, fuck. Oh, my God. I am sorry. I thought it was going to say no, so that you would have won Chatter of the Day and then, get some good news that you're going to live through 2025. I did not want to make that worse for you. I apologize profusely. I'm putting Predicto up. I apologize. That's my bad. That's my bad. Did not mean to do that. Big apologies. Sean with a potty mouth. I don't curse at all. I have no idea what you're talking about. I'm governed by the Federal Communications Commission, the FCC. So therefore, I do not use most of the dirty words that are out there. And they've even told me as of late to dial back on one particular word. Can anybody guess the word that I've been saying less? Because the suits started hyperventilating. And the suits said, hey, this could cause an issue. Stop saying this word so much. What do you think it was? What have I said less? Dickhead? No. No, dickhead, no. Actually, they told me they used dickhead as an example of a word I could say. They said, well, mix it around a little bit. Don't say that word so much. Say dickhead sometimes. BDMP 159 got it. BDMP 159 got it right. That's the answer. That's the winner. Mega Chat, great job today. You're putting up numbers. I wish I could display the amount of messages like we used to do on the News Junkie chat room on the app. Wish I could do that because I would love to see how many. It's usually about 2,500 per show, I think. Somewhere around there. So every 10 shows, 25,000. Every 100 shows, 250,000. We must be at a mil easy. Easy peasy squeezy, right? If you bring your phone to the school mic, you'll be able to read chat. I will. I've had that before. I don't want to overcomplicate. I don't want to. I'd rather go over there and stare down at the chat for a second. Like I thought about putting a camera right here so that you guys could see me and my mouth would match up with what I'm saying into the school mic. But isn't this better? I'll bring it to a vote. Improve school mic by putting chat over here and a webcam over here so that you can see me with my mouth matched up, sync on. Improve or leave it? Improve or leave it? I kind of like the basic school mic. I dig it. Improve. If anything, the camera's too zoomed in. You guys are saying improve over leave it? Isn't this kind of raw dog right here? This is the stuff that you don't get on air. It's not produced. It's not put together. Raw. Improve. Leave it, nobody cares. Folks, I was going to improve it, but Nolan said leave it, nobody cares, so I won't do anything. Now you have to bully Nolan if you want me to change my mind on that one. We're coming back.
Done right.
All about the presets.
That is the best new feature. It's like a car radio right on the app. There's a list of what's trending. There's all the podcasts. I love it.
Get in on what everyone's talking about and get the new and improved free iHeartRadio app today.
The 2025 FIFA Club World Cup is coming to Orlando this summer for a global showdown. Experience world-class soccer as football legends collide at Camping World at Ender & Co Stadium. Don't just watch history, be part of it. Get your tickets now at FIFA.com/tickets. That's FIFA.com/tickets. This earful of real radio is brought to you by JustCallMo.com. Injured on the go? JustCallMo.com. Radio.
104.1. Join the show. Send your dispatch now at thenewsjunkie.com.
Cut. And today I learned to wrap everything up for a Wednesday. And we have so much time. We could just chill out a little bit if we want to.
And time's up.
Fritz, thank you for hanging out with us today. We love you. We appreciate you.
Fritz.
Thank you very much. I wrote an essay I would like to read on the air.
Please. Yeah, go ahead.
Good.
You have 2 minutes to do it, but here we go. All right, let's do the final dispatch.
These are the final dispatches, but Sean will probably only play one.
All right, here we go. Last one on the way out. Let's try to find a new name. And here is Danny talking to Fritz.
Hey, Fritz, congratulations on the new job. Well,
thank you.
If the job doesn't pan out, there is another job that's still open. Yep, it's right up your alley. You get to hang around stars, meet people, hang around all the baseball players, meet all the baseball players, travel to different ballparks. That's right. The Tampa Bay Rays are looking for a new ball boy.
Oh, the Tampa Bay Rays. All right. He's a big fan.
Yeah.
He's a big fan of the Rays.
They're not doing too well, but, I still like them.
Yeah.
What's the ball boy
fan
pay
is.
at the Rays there?
Oh, I don't know. I don't want to speculate.
Probably not much, unfortunately.
Yeah.
But fun, though.
That
Good
is
times.
fun. All right, I'm going to write that down.
Here we go. Let's get the hell out of here. Let's do Today I Learned.
The following information may make you feel smarter, but will not actually increase your IQ. So don't get cocky. Now it's time for what we call Today I Learned.
It is Today I Learned for a Wednesday, May 7th, 2025. Today I Learned the show.
Are you ready, kids?
SpongeBob SquarePants.
That's right. SpongeBob SquarePants. There was an episode of SpongeBob where he was fired from the Krusty Krab. It caused a huge amount of controversy and backlash due to its depiction of unemployment. They said, you made people who are unemployed look lazy, and they fired one of the writers. Wow. And finally, today I learned this guy.
What the cards were by the
Kenny Rogers.
That's right. Kenny Rogers.
You and me, Celine.
Yeah, buddy.
He co-founded a Rogers Roasters chain of chicken-based restaurants that closed in the United States of America back in 2011. But they continue to thrive in Asia and overseas with more than 150 global locations for Kenny Rogers Roasters. Yeah, still out there doing their thing. Yeah. Thank you so much for hanging out with us. We do appreciate it. We'll be back tomorrow, same time, same place.